And welcome back to AFL Nation here at Metricon Stadium. And looking forward to a very interesting game here. Carlton, can they go 4-0? And that means, of course, they'll be the first time they've done that since 1995. They happened to win a premiership that year too, Carlton fans, if you didn't know that already. And they've got a pretty good recent record too here at Metricon Stadium. They won the last 3 out of 5 against the Gold Coast Suns. Of course, they played 4 games in 2020, of course, during the COVID protocols, and they were 2-2 that year. So they know this ground pretty well. And a lot of number of players from both teams, of course, played with the opposite team, of course, over the last few years. Get into that shortly. But first, my co-commentator for today, a man who played 235 games at the highest level, 139 for the Mighty Bulldogs, and 96 for the Sydney Swans. Welcome to AFL Nation, Neil Cordy.
Thanks, Sonny. Great to be here. And this is a really interesting encounter. Carlton, as you said, looking to go 4 in a row for the first time since 95 when they started 7-0, so that'd be a target to chase. But the other goal for them here is being outright second. If they win today, they go outright second probably behind Melbourne on percentage. But it's all to play for. They almost got run down by that other team you like, the Hawks, last week. And just looking at that game, which I know you would have cast an eye over, did you see anything that worried you about Carlton sort of falling in a hole,
well
perhaps
physically? They've had a big few weeks, as we know, and but we'll get to the conditions shortly for the Kubota forecast here at very sunny and warm Gold Coast. But that would be, I suppose, the only concern. And the Suns having an off week last week, no doubt be revved up for a home game. But this is AFL Nation for Sports Power, your local footy experts, and both teams completing their warm-up for Ream. Install the Ream, Australia's favourite hot water. Of course, Neil, a couple of teams both made changes and coming in. Good to see Isaac Rankin back in for the Suns, along with young Farah and Malcolm Roses. And for the Blues, as we know, Fogarty coming in late there for Pitney and Saad there for Durden. And I think a few Carlton fans disappointed, obviously due to the health and safety protocols, that Durden's not playing today. Yeah,
he was an absolute live wire last week, and he just complimented the 3 bigs that they had, which are just firing, which is one of the reasons I'm looking forward to today's game, to see Harry Mackay in the flesh and Charlie Curnow. What a comeback. I can't remember a comeback from such serious injury, from such a spell, to have such an immediate impact. I saw him in the flesh against the Bulldogs, and he was unreal, and he was again last week.
Our experts address thanks to Ringers Western, looking beautiful in the Ringers Western gear this afternoon too, Neil Cordy. Ringers Western clothing looks great in the city and toughs it out in the land. A reminder, AFL Nation has called every game this weekend, and we're about to get the Gold Coast Suns and the Blues underway as the respective captains for today, Jared Witts and Patrick Kipps, who keep an eye on the toss there, Neil Cordy. I'll go through the rest of this, and of course you can also watch your team every game, every round on KO Sports. So both teams are completing their warm-up. For Ream, ask a plumber to install a Ream Steady, Hot and Strong. The medical subs today are Jordan Boyd there for Carlton, and for the Gold Coast Suns, Rory Atkins.
And Paddy Cripps has won the toss and is kicking to the Nerang River end.
You're saying the open end, the scoreboard end? Yep. Yeah. So left of your dial here on AFL Nation this Sunday afternoon. Let's consult Kubota Cast weather report for Kubota. Together we are shaping and building Australia. It's been a warm day in the Gold Coast. The sun's still out, a few clouds around, but it's been a pretty warm day, Neil Cordy.
Well, the good thing about it, I'm pleased to say, is that it's not raining. Since I moved to the Gold Coast 18 months ago, I've never seen much rain in my life. I think it's rained more than the previous 60 years of my life.
Kubota, shaping and building Australia. AFL Nation travel partner is Samsonite. Expect innovation. Just quickly, the unmissable moments for Drinkwise. Who's the Drinkwise? What are you looking forward to this afternoon?
Yeah, for me, I know there's so many. I think the matchup that you discussed it and I discussed pre-match with the two 18s, Matt Rowell and Sam Walsh. If we see that, well, that'll be worth the trouble I had in the car park trying to get into the place. And the other one that I'm really looking forward to is Levi Casbolt against his old team, 154 games, 10 years. If he scores a goal, which seems highly likely on form, I think they'll get around him.
Ground in magnificent condition. Those on the eastern side, the beach side of Metricon, those who know the stadium are looking to the bright sun at the moment. They'll be setting in an hour or so. So final word from our expert, Neil Cordy. Shaw Unify Your Nation uniform and workwear experts. Who wins?
Hard to go past the Blues.
AFL Nation, thanks to Homesland. Learn more, do more for Macca's Chicken Deluxe range together on Loving It. Order via Mac Delivery. And the opening bounce there for Tyre Power. Save on Toyo. Massive Easter sale on now. And Carlton kicking towards the left out. They'll go immediately to the forward. And Mackay went for the big plunge and couldn't quite take it. Players wrapped up a tackle. Was it high? Yes, said umpire Andrew Stevens. Joined by also Lee Howson and also Brett Roseby this afternoon. And Charlie Curnow takes a free kick inside 50, swings the ball around. And if you don't mind, Charlie, what a way to start. First minute of the game, Carlton going to attack. Charlie Curnow gets the free kick, immediately plays on. And the first goal of the game, in the first minute of the game here at Metricon Stadium, AFL Nation on Sunday afternoon. The scoreboard there for Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts. Carlton 1 straight 6, and the Suns yet to score.
Well, the two players that I spoke about just a minute ago were involved in that first passage of play inside forward 50. Harry Mackay flying from behind, getting the spill, and unusually with all the good small forwards that Carlton have, it was Charlie Curnow was front and square and got a free kick awarded to him and played on quickly, and gee, loves the kick around the corner, and that was beautiful.
Well, they are leading one of the top contenders to percent of clearances there, the Blues as well. So Brett Roseby bounced the ball down to Koning in the ruck. Of course, no Pitnet this afternoon, injured last week. And another free kick going to the Blues. Hewitt, so valuable there. Immediately off to Doherty. Sends the ball inside 50 for the Blues again and charging out front there. Oh, a chance just doing the mark on that occasion. Jack Martin, of course, knows his ground well. Couldn't quite do so. So Brown and Ellis forced to defend, kicks the ball towards the centre there, looking there for Rankin. Still what he should have taken, cleaned up by Doherty, settles things down, and Carlton go forward again, completely unmarked. Patrick Cripps inside 50, 45 metres out directly in front. And the Blues, just like they started last week against the Hawks, Neil Cordy, already they seem to be running hot for Ream, steady, hot and strong.
Yeah, how do you leave Patrick Cripps alone inside 50? I see Jack Lukosius is standing the mark, so looks like he's taking responsibility for him. But he's such a presence. He could, in 20 years ago, he would have been a key forward. Today, he's a midfielder who goes forward. 6
goals won so far this season. The Carlton skipper comes in, just leans back a bit, but it's gone straight over the goal umpire's head and into the handy group of Carlton cheer squad members there at the open end, the scoreboard end. And a brilliant start there by the Blues. 2 straight 12, and a goal leads to Charlie Curnow, then to Patrick Cripps on the Tyre Power scoreboard, your trusted tyre expert. Save $100 on Cooper 4-wheel drive tyres. Here's Neil Cordy.
What a pleasure it is to see Patrick Cripps healthy and strong and
kicking
doing
goals.
What he does,
yes.
Kicking goals and doing what he does best. He might just have 9 Brownlow votes already. He's gone into favouritism for the Brownlow and, he's caught the umpire's attention in the first few minutes as he starts forward.
We worry about the lack of height there, the Suns in defence, and we'll just pick up the key matchups there for you. Harry Mackay, and it looks like Sam Collins might have Curnow. So the ball back in the centre. Carlton with a quick start, led by 2 straight goals early on here at Metricon Stadium. The Suns yet to go forward. We've got a chance now through Tuke Miller. We'll see who matches up him today as well. Goes forward, looking there for Chol. Immediately brought to ground, though, by Newman. The Suns, though, still in defence. Right half forward flank. Set of fields there. Tackle without the ball on that occasion by Holman. And the ball goes to ground. Lukosius with a tackle. And the umpire will come in and throw the ball up the shady side of the ground, the western side of the ground here, the members' broadcast side. Call it what you like here at Metricon Stadium. Ground in magnificent condition there for Pope, of course. Pope's drip ease makes drip irrigation a breeze. And not too much breeze really around at the moment, or might be slightly favouring Carlton. Looking at the flag at the scoreboard end there, Neil Cordy.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Sam Collins has got Harry Mackay, so they've got their best defender. No, it looks like it's they've done
Wits in the front position. Take that beautifully. Tuke Miller fed off the pack and has an open shot at goal and missed what he should have certainly completed there, off to the left-hand side, but the first score of the Suns is a minor one, courtesy of Tuke Miller. Rove the pack beautiful. That's the valuable value of Jared Witts, too, in the ruck on that occasion. So 1 behind there to the Suns. The Blues 2 straight 12. Travel 4.5 minutes, the opening term there on the Makita clock. Rule the outdoors with Makita. And that scoreboard thanks to tyre power. Ballard went under and the umpire has called advantage here. So away go the Blues there through. Oh, he's open forward line. Mackay's going to run under it. He's in front of his opposite number 10 there. And Ballard, quick to go to Curnow. Oh, smothered off the boot. Brilliantly done there by the Suns. Game in defence. And Curnow had a chance. The ball smothered off the boot. We might have a score review though. It was well done by
Jai Farah.
Yep. Surprised to see him down in the back line. I thought he might have been playing a bit more forward, but he's gone to the back line, perhaps add a bit of that extra height. So we've got a score review here for Spinalese pillows. Sleep better with Spinalese, on sale now at spinaleze.com.au.
Definite contact there. This will be a point.
But just looking at the replay. Yeah, Charlie, it was almost a fresh air shot there. Looking at the replay there for car sales, everything you ought to know. So a minor score there for the Blues. Probably call it a rush by. Well done by Jai Farah, getting himself on the end of the Charlie Curnow boot on that occasion. And does the kicking duties as well. Against the broadcast side. Witts went up there. Chol tackled there by Zach Williams. Players don't want to nest on that ball. They try to keep the ball moving. Kick off the ground, though, by Sard was effective. Only as far as to Lemons. Doesn't know which way to go in the broadcast side. He's going to try and run away from Serra. Got the handball just in time to Rowell, his first possession of the afternoon. Ball spills down to Rankin on the true broadcast wing, and Zach Williams lays a strong tackle as well. And it was effective. Holding the ball there against Rankin, so he's back into the side, but certainly finding a bit tough early on, Neil Cordy.
Yeah, as expected, Tuke Miller was initially taken by George Hewitt. He's broken that tag for the moment and is running free, which I'm sure would please Stuart Dew.
So Carlton just worked the ball from one side to the other through Newman. Switch over, there's that man Hewitt on that occasion. On the sunny side, on the eastern wing, beach side wing, and there's Jack Silvani's first mark and possession of the afternoon. On the true centre wing, as we travel up to 7-minute mark of the opening term here at Metricon Stadium, 12-point lead to the Blues. 2 straight goals in it. Curnow and Cripps, the goal kickers so far for Carlton. Another free kick's been picked out on the outer side. Is going to Carlton. So they're getting the early favours. And Jack Martin, in his, of course, up against his old team. Witts went over his head. Silvani came in, a snap. Tried to repeat last week, only went as far as Ballard, who goes in short and finds Brandon Ellis.
Patrick Cripps has got Tuke Miller inside 50. That's an interesting one.
So Ellis goes short to Anderson. Now switches side to the left-back pocket to Lemons. Now Lemons has got Tuke Miller. Silvani's going to try and track him down, but a good effective kick there by Lemons and finds his skipper. Just short of centre wing. Goes in board, picking off the ground there was Powell, but immediately tackled though. Worked by Carlton, a chance for a turnover. Silvani by hand, looking for Cripps, but it was overshot, then picked up by Rowell. Back to Powell now. Now the Suns can go forward through Ainsworth. There's Holman, all by himself inside the square, but his kick on the half volley. Couldn't find the target there in Levi. Casbolt had almost a chance for a set shot. He'll get it back though, Levi. On the left foot, left forward pocket has a ping. And it goes across the face of goal. Again, another scoring opportunity. Should have been a major there for the Suns, but deep in the left forward pocket, and Levi couldn't convert. Yeah,
the pass from Holman was poor. He was completely in isolation and bounced it in front of him.
A couple of behinds to the Suns. Trailed by 11 points over the Blues on the tyre power scoreboard, and this ball go out of bounds. As we go around the grounds there for Chemist Warehouse, great savings every day. Approaching half-time, the MCG, the Hawks in trouble. They're 4-5-29. Trail St Kilda, very accurate, 10-2, 62 for the Saints.
That would have got the Suns up had Levi kicked it on the run off his left boot.
And, of course, Essendon winning a thriller, as you heard on AFL Nation before with BP and the crew, getting a narrow win over the Adelaide Crows. As the Suns go forward through Fiorini, looking there for Marbior Chol. About 30 metres around from the Suns' goal. Good tackle there by Holman on his opposite number 7 there in Kennedy. Umpire called play on, though. Weller couldn't take the mark. Will get the ball back. No, he won't. He coughed it up. This allows, on this occasion, Fisher. Fisher runs away from Weller. Chip kick on the outer side, the sunny side of the ground. On that occasion, finds Lockie O'Brien. Goes inboard. And all by himself on that occasion was Lockie Fogarty. Fogarty, he's got Curnow by himself, so poor marking here by the Suns. An uncontested Carlton worked the ball from one end of the ground to the other. The lead is on from Jack Martin. Again, Curnow delivers the ball in the half volley to him, though. Players dive on top of it right on the 50 mark. The 50-metre mark there on the outer half-forward flank. And the umpire will throw the ball up. Suns kicking to the grandstand end. Carlton to the open end towards the Carlton cheer squad in this first quarter. They led by 11 points on the Tyre Power scoreboard.
Wits and DeConing doing battle. I think that might be one area of advantage for the Suns against the younger opponent, with Wits vastly more experienced.
Coming to the 10-minute mark in the opening term on the Makita clock, and holding free kick will go to Carlton once again. So they're getting the early free kick stats too, which suggests Neil Cordy.
Yep.
Our expert for Shaw Unify, uniform experts, the former Footscray and Swans champion Neil Cordy, alongside me this afternoon at Metricon Stadium. The lead is on by Harry. Oh, but coming over the back is Jack Martin. I think he's paid it. The non-controlling umpire deep in the pocket has paid that mark. And Jack Martin, against his old club, will go back and have a set shot. And I did come up from Melbourne this morning. A couple of Carlton supporters on the plane who were hoping for big things from Jack Martin this afternoon, Neil Cordy, and he's produced there.
Yeah, well, as you'd expect, going against his old team on his old ground. In answer to your question about the free kick count, 5-0 in the way of the Blues.
In the Blues, but they're putting the bodies on the line at the moment and tackling effectively as well. So Jack Martin comes in for just his second goal for the season. Kicked 1 goal, 1 so far, and he's too narrow in that kick. You think you'd know this ground a bit better, Neil Cordy, too. So behind the Blues, back out to that 2-goal margin now on the Tyre Power scoreboard. Your trusted tyre experts. 2-2-14 Carlton. The Suns still goalless and 2 behinds. We took over 11 minutes. Kicking duties there by Lockie Weller. And spot up Lemons, who's got some space in front of him. So runs inside to defensive centre-half back. Goes short, just short of the centre to Rail. Kept on running, though, so they open up the corridor here, the Suns. That's good play. And the mark's been taken by Lukosius. Love to see this play on the forward line. He's kicking. He spotted up Davies. He's positioned the ball beautifully over the head of Doherty. And Davies was there lurking. A very promising player, as we know, for the Suns, Alex Davies. He'll have a set shot for goal about 30 metres out, looking for his 3rd goal for the season. I
love Jack Lukosius in that position with that last kick inside forward 50.
One of the best kicks in the team, no doubt.
Yeah, and that kick inside forward 50 is so important.
In fact, it's Roses, of course, coming in for the team. So Malcolm Roses having the set shot. First game for the season, back in the team for the Suns. Can he convert here? He does with a beautiful left foot. Set shot straight over the goal umpire's head. And the Gold Coast faithful have the reason to cheer for the first time this afternoon. Their first major on the Tyre Power scoreboard. Save $100 on Cooper four-wheel drive tyres. 1-2-8 the Suns. Trial by one straight kick over Carlton, who are 2-2-14. 12 minutes play the opening term. Here's Neil Cordy.
Yeah, Malcolm Roses, just the confidence boost that he'd want coming back into the team. And as we said, the setup from Jack Lukosius was just superb. It was such a crowded forward 50 that he had to go into, but he still managed to find Roses and hit him on the chest, virtually uncontested.
And beautiful left foot as well. So looking down the ruck situation, so Marbio Chol goes in the rucks while Witts has the rest, and so does Silvani. So that's the interesting one today. Can the two number ones opposite each other here? Beautiful bounce by Brett Roseberry as well, and Chol did get the tap out, only as far as Hewitt though. Handball there, finds Sarah. What an impression he's made already in his 3 previous games there for the Blues. Looking there for Fogarty, couldn't quite find him. Players there on the outer side. Suns wanted holding the ball, none forthcoming. Fisher forced to go back, finds Silvani. Went to dodge around on that occasion his opponent. So now Roses lays a tackle. He's in there with Alex Davies as well. They do look pretty similar from the other side of the ground. And in the end, the umpire said no prior, so he'll throw the ball up. And it's Silvani up against Chol once again. One straight kick it in here at Metricon. Carlton with a 6-point advantage. Kennedy goes in, flushes the ball out. Only as far as Anderson went one way, got away from Kennedy. On the right boot, not his best kick. It wobbles up there towards the centre wing. And Casbolt, and also on that occasion, Corbett couldn't keep it in. Ball be thrown in. Just forward to centre wing on the outer side. So beautiful conditions for football this afternoon, Neil Cordy. Very warm. Might test Carlton later on. We'll see how that progresses.
Malcolm Roses has just had a little purple patch. He followed that opening goal up with an absolutely crunching tackle.
Safety Steel sheds stats there for Safety Steel as they go forward again. This time it is Davies. Sends the ball forward, looking for Corbett. The big fist of Wiedering was too strong. Sends the ball over the boundary line. Inside 50 though for the Suns. Only about 35 metres around from their goal. And we've travelled now 14 and a half minutes the opening term. 6-point lead to Carlton after kicked 2 goals in the first 3 minutes to Charlie Curnow, then by the skipper Patrick Cripps. As Silvani in the front position. As the ball now still in the back pocket there for Carlton. Good smothered off the boot there by Fiorini. And we'll have another boundary thrown and edging closer towards the Suns' goal, right next to the behind post.
They're just steadying now, the Suns. It looked pretty alarming. The alarm bells would have been ringing with those two fast goals from the Blues, but now they've steadied.
The boundary throw-in takes place. Chol up against Silvani once again. Miller got the ball down. A chance there for Davies. Tried to swing out of a tackle. Did so. Went through the hands of Holman, though. Picked up by Sarah. Fresh head shot by Doherty. A high up and under there. Silvani will go in for the punch. It'll open up, though. Good shepherd there by Ellis. And that allowed Swallow in. Has a snapshot towards goal. Right, the goal square coming in. Having a snapshot like Coaches. Has he got it? No, he screwed around too far. Minor score only. So they've had three opportunities. Took Miller running an open goal. Casbolt as well. And then virtually Lukosius in the top of the square, and they're all missing. And on that occasion, the Gold Coast Suns. So back to a 5-point game there for Tyre Power. 14 points to the Blues, 9 points to the Gold Coast Suns. The ball's now transferred to the interchange wing here, the broadcast wing. Picking the ball up is Ballard, the reliable defender. And somehow he's got to spot up Lukosius. And he's got Ainsworth by himself on the half-forward flank. Running forward is Anderson. Lead by Casbolt as well. That's ignored from 1 there to 50. Ainsworth unloads. Has a long shot. The ball veers off the right last minute again. Through for a minor score. So edging close to the Suns, but only by behinds.
Another beautiful kick inside forward 50 from Lukosius, who's really influencing the game. But they need to start taking these chances because, if they don't, they come back to haunt you.
4-point game in favour of Carlton. As they now through Doherty, little left foot kick there from Mackay. Well marked by Farrow. That's the biggest sign for this afternoon. But his handball went astray. Had time to recover though ahead of Owies. But the handball to former captain and Swallow and turned to rail. Broadcast swing. Oh, beautiful dummy sold there by Ballard. But unfortunately that occasion Roses was waiting for the ball to come to him. And in the end Doherty said, thank you very much. I'll punch the ball over the boundary line. There's a number of interchanges about to be made here for the on the boundary. Our boundary update thanks to Spitwater, Tough and Ready. The medical subs, Jordan Boyd for Carlton, Rory Atkins for the Gold Coast Suns.
Great contest there from Jai Farah up against Harry Mackay.
Broadcast wing, Carlton, the Blues by 4 points. The ball goes inside 50 again for the Gold Coast. The Coasters try to kick the ball off the ground. Ineffective, have a chance to recover though. Handball to Anderson. A standing snapshot from inside 50. The ball swinging back. Oh, Anderson, great goal. And the Suns probably deserved that. The pressure they've been putting on Carlton the last few minutes. And Anderson gets his first for the afternoon, his third for the season. And the Suns hit the front for the first time this afternoon here at Metricon Stadium. 2-4-16. Carlton 2-2-14. That's on the Tyre Power scoreboard, your trusted tyre experts. 17 minutes gone, the McKenna clock, the opening term. Here's Neil Cordy.
We've spoken about the stars in the midfield for Carlton, but there's also plenty for the Suns. Noah Anderson is one of them. That kick, that snap, looked like it. We're right behind it here in the commentary position, and it looked like it was going clearly through the middle of the points and then swung back. It was high. There's no real breeze affecting it, but it was a mongrel punt really that swung the right way in the end. A la
Dawson, of course, for Sydney, and that thrilling for Adelaide.
Yep.
Of course, in that thrilling win over Port Adelaide a couple of weeks ago. But Anderson now back in the centre and has that clearance over to Lockie Weller. And Weller spots up Casbolt again. He's forced to bend down, try to pick the ball up the half volley. And the ball go out of bounds. Fiorini happy to see it over. The Setterfield couldn't keep it in either.
Centre clearances, they're even at the moment. Around the ground, it's the home side winning 8-3.
It's an early contender there from Noah Anderson for the goal of the game, thanks to Host Plus. Yep, that's A+. It certainly was from Noah Anderson on that occasion. Ball out on the eastern wing. Players just diving on top of it. With the Suns hitting the front there after that Anderson goal by 2 points, 16 points to 14. 2-4-16, Carlton 2-2-14. And umpire Roseby throws the ball up. Witt's back in the ruck. Setterfield's in there. And bumps Davies in the ball over the boundary line. Another boundary throw in. So we go around the grounds. Almost half time at the MCG. And the Saints with a handy lead over the Hawks. 12-3-75. And Hawthorn 5-6-36. Bit of a set shot there through Mitch Lewis. Approaching half-time, try and close that margin. Of course, Essendon, the victors over the Crows there at Marvel Stadium, an absolute thriller. between those two clubs this afternoon, with the Bombers prevailing. In the meantime, the ball's still out on the other side. Fisher went for an optimistic handball there to Setterfield. Complete missed the target. A few stoppages, a few errors creeping into the game, Neil Cordy.
Which suits the Suns. We spoke before the game that the Blues chose not to replace Mark Pitnet with a regular ruckman, and that might tell in the end.
So the ball now on the forward line for Gold Coast. Another scoring opportunity here. They really have hold play up in their half of the ground the last few minutes. Rankin got the handball over to Roses. Roses, the left foot snap. I think he's put it through. I don't think Whedon got a hand on it. And Roses converts. He's got his second. So what a start. Just his fifth career game, as we know. The product from the NT Thunder. Back in the team for his first game of the season, round 4 here at Metricon Stadium. He's got 2 first-quarter goals, Neil Cordy.
Absolutely, and he's been the difference between the two teams, because it's not only these 2 goals, and that last one is definitely a candidate for Host Plus goal of the day. He's also been doing the heavy defensive work. He put a tackle on the wing. I can't remember who it was, but that was a clamper, and his Carlton opponent was going nowhere, so he's doing it both sides of the footy.
Just looking on the replay here for car sales, everything you ought to know, and good vision from Rankin too to flush the handball out there to Roses. A great left foot snap. And it was the right side for a left footer as well. So Carlton with the first 2 goals of the game here at Metricon, and the Suns have replied, the home team, with the next 3. So Carlton haven't scored a goal since the 3-minute mark of this term on the Makita clock. We now travelled 21.5. Can they get the centre clearance here? They do now. Koning to Cripps. And from the centre of Metricon, just a high up and under towards centre half forward. Silvani sets himself, outnumbered though by a couple of Suns defenders, including Collins. Big punch found Anderson. The ball trickled up now towards the centre circle once again. Handball from Serra to Fogarty to Sard. Looking for Kerner. Can he use his body? Punch to the back, though, is affected there by Lemons, though, for the Gold Coast. Ball in dispute. Left forward pocket there for Carlton. 35 metres out from their goal. Heard a whistle go. And it's the non-controlling umpire from the centre of the ground.
I didn't see what that was for.
We might need the holding free kick will go to Lemons in the left back pocket. Kick turnover in front of the target. Hewitt, 30 metres out, directly in front, said thank you very much. And a clanger that the Suns didn't want on that occasion turns out into a fortuitous Carlton goal from Georgie Hewitt. And the Blues now get their third of the afternoon, 3-2-20, and the Suns 3-4-22. 2-point lead, 22 minutes gone of the opening term, and that, as they say in the classics, Neil Cordy, is a coach killer.
It is. Sean Lemons would be looking for... it's funny, looking at the huddle there, he's about 10 metres away from the rest of his teammates now. Finally, somebody goes up there and says, look, mate, let's focus on the next one, because it really... it was a shocking turnover. It was a gift-wrapped present for George Hewitt, who's having an influence on the game as well in the middle and going forward. And
along with, as we mentioned before, Sarah, the new recruits really making an impact. Second goal of the season in Game 4 for his new club. And, of course, game number 124 overall for Georgie Hewitt, the former Swan. So the ball bounced in the centre. No one can get it clear at the moment. 2-point game, but a bright opening here at Metricon Stadium, the Gold Coast. Cripps to De Koning. Caught behind there, Jack Martin. Kerno, Charlie, he fumbled. Had time for handball. Trying to break through the tackle there was Fogarty. Immediately tackled by Farris. The umpire called play on, or advantage there. So Lockie Weller screws it back. Ainsworth just out of his reach, though. Holman's in there for support. Needs to get rid of it. He's immediately tackled, though, by Newman. Hello, Newman. You could be in trouble there, Holman, but he's not. The umpire gave him the benefit of the doubt.
Very lucky, because he took the player on. He had the opportunity to dispose of it, and then tried to get around.
Just outside the attacking 50 for Carlton. Broadcast side. Cripps down to Serra. Sends the ball high up and under. Kerno caught behind his opponent on that occasion, Collins, and the ball's punched out of the bounds. About 35 metres around from the Carlton goal, kicking towards the scoreboard in the open end here at Metricon Stadium in this opening term.
Jai Farah, another one of the lads that's come into the team, is having an impact as well. Big tackle, big contest there.
So from the throw-in, Witts doing battle Silvani. Again down to Tuke Miller. Beautiful tap down by the Sun skipper. The kick for Miller, though, right underneath this broadcast side. Only found Zach Williams. with the Suns in front by 2 points approaching time on. A healthy crowd in too. Plenty of navy blue jumpers and colours in this crowd this afternoon. A holiday crowd, of course, here on the Gold Coast. Cripps, a wild handball, looking for a teammate, but only found Swallow to Weller. Under pressure from Owies. Kicks the ball back. Oh, running back to the flight of the ball was Sarah. Quick handball to Williams, who followed up his kick. Where's a clanger for you too? Straight out of bounce on the full. Might have been looking there for... on that occasion, Owies, he was, but completely missed him. Free kick goes to Gold Coast Suns in their back pocket to Weller.
Tuke Miller got a loose tag from George Hewitt. He's with him at the moment. But it's not too close.
And the kick from Weller finding Levi Casbolt. Here right underneath the broadcast side, a long way from home. Interesting, no boost from the Carlton fans. So a bit of respect for Levi here on the Gold Coast. Short kick from Casbolt went to Witts, in turn to Ellis, right in front of the interchange. With Roses, Powell looking to come back on, and Ellis will take the kick now. Takes his time. Delivers the ball inside 50. Chol will go to the big leap and take the mark. Marbior Chol. You can see it coming there. It's about third in line. And Marbior takes a hanger at Metricon and will go back and have a set shot for Victorian Farmers Federation. Keep your head in the zone. And Marbior, well, that's the excitement machine. That's what he's brought to the club so far, Neil Cordy.
Yeah, but that was absolutely spectacular. You called it about a second in advance before it even taken it. He was looming large, as you said, and this will suit him this side of the ground for his beautiful left foot kick.
So he's kicking a 45-degree angle, about 40 metres out towards the grandstand or southern end here at Metricon Stadium. A chance to put the Suns further in front. The ball swinging back. Oh, not far enough, though. Gee, looked good off the boot. It was beautiful kicking action by Marbior, but again off target. So 8 scoring shots to 5 in this first term, but the Suns with the 3-point lead there for tyre power. Save $100 on Cooper four-wheel drive tyres with tyre power. Suns by 3 points. Come up to the 27-minute mark, the opening term. Ballard, good work there against opposite number 10 in Mackay. Suns faithful 1 to 50 metres. In the end, Mackay's just forced to step back a metre. He goes slightly backwards there towards... the true centre wing to Weller. Kick on the half volley is Witts. Raking handball to Anderson. Needs to kick it quickly. He did so. He tried to check side, but it went the opposite way. Down towards the forward pocket. And almost a collision on that occasion. Setterfield put his body on the line there along with Newman. Yep. And Setterfield looking for the free kick. Reckon he was tackled high, but in the end the ball will be thrown in. So still a chance here for the Suns. Still plenty of time on the Makita clock of this opening term, with Gold Coast leading it by 3 points. Ball thrown in, 20 metres around from the Suns' goal. At that southern end or grandstand end, the ball spills towards the goal square. Picked up there by Young. Lewis Young, the former Bulldog, is kicked out. Didn't find the target. Come out Sam Collins, who's followed his man down, has taken the mark in the half-forward flank. Does he back himself here?
I would.
So Collins... No, he's just going to set it up to the hot spot, the top of the square, where the big flyers here, or at the back of the pack. There's a chance for Casbolt. Once again, the ball just eluding him, but still good for the Gold Coast. The ball right in their attacking zone. The ball will be thrown in right next to the right-hand behind post.
Real chance for Jack Lukosius there. The ball came over the back and just caught him out. He wasn't expecting to come through and could have just walked in for a goal.
So what can the Suns do here? Trial in front. All lurking behind there was Rankin. Quick kick away, though, by Williams. Only the half-forward, the 50-metre arc. Ellis, who's under pressure from Jack Martin. And the ball spills out here to Anderson. A little kick almost in the back there. And it will be paid, I think, to Holman, will it? It was a push about a late call by umpire Andrew Stevens.
I think it's Lockie Weller.
No, it's Weller. He might have been held.
And he was high.
I saw the initial contact there with Holman. And that play was there to go on. In the end, Weller was held and will have another set shot 45 metres out, virtually directly in front.
Well, the Suns have answered that initial onslaught, and they're in front by 3. Could easily be more. Well,
the inside 50 has been interesting too, because they really have most of the play, with that exception for that clanger there by Lemons, which resulted in the Hewitt goal. It's basically been all the Suns the last 10-15 minutes here. So Weller kicking into a slight breeze. The ball needs to come back. It's coming back now, Lockie Weller. And he was featured in an article too on the AFL website. He was in the wilderness, he said, last year, but he got himself fit and he's back into the team, and he converts a valuable goal there close to quarter time here for Gold Coast. 4-5-29. Carlton 3-2, 29-point lead to the home team on the Tyre Power scoreboard. We've had now almost 30 minutes the opening term on the Makita clock.
The Suns are shading the Blues in the inside 50s, 13-11, and it's been a characteristic of their season so far that they've managed to win the territorial battle in round one and round two. And even when they were beaten convincingly by GWS last week, they were also getting plenty of inside 50. I think they were only shaded by about 5. So good signs early for the Suns.
Well, Anthony, one of the stats, they are leading the time in forward half differential by 9 minutes and 11 seconds. So they're certainly proving that in the latter stages of this first quarter. And Rails get a free kick now from the centre of Metricon. What can the young gun do? Walsh has been certainly quiet there for the Blues. And the ball now kicked out, a bounce on the full.
That was Holman.
There's Holman there having a flying shot at goal. They've had a few shots. They've gone inside 50 again. So Sam Walsh is definitely playing. I haven't called him so far, have we?
No.
So we'll just check on that. But the ball now into the just clearing the defensive zone for Carlton. Cripps is there with Anderson. He's definitely out there, but he's been very quiet.
He has. Lockie Weller.
It might be the job there, running together there towards centre half forward. But the Gold Coast in the meantime take a free kick through Alex Davies. What an impression he's made is, of course, only playing his 5th career match. His kick, though, is off target on that occasion. Give a player up. Look what happens.
The curse is struck.
So, in an entertaining first term, 7 goals between the two teams, 4 goals to the Suns, 3 goals to the Blues. It means we've ticked over 31.5 minutes here at Metricon in this first one. Now, Carlton can switch play here. And they do so now through on the outer side, through Wiedering. Gets the edge of 50. His kick completely off target. Ellis chipped in beautifully. Intercept. I can go on here. Kick by Fiorini, high up and a shoulder back.
Yes.
Had to sit on Young and takes the mark. In the right forward pocket, only about 15 metres out. He's on an acute angle. But as Neil Cordy will tell you in a moment, is on the right side for a left footer.
Yeah, that was a really strong mark from behind. Looked like a poor kick, a shot at goal that went astray, and fortunately it suited Mabio Chol.
Has one behind. He's going to do the snap around. And I think he might have squeezed it through. He's celebrating. It's going to be a tight call. But the umpire puts up 2 fingers. Snapped there by Mabio. A valuable goal right on quarter time there at the Gold Coast. And they bring up their 5th of the quarter. They kicked 4 out of the last 5. 5-5-35. Carlton 3-2, 20. 15-point lead thanks to Tyre Power. And 32.5 minutes gone on the Makita clock. Rule the outdoors with Makita.
Well, what a response that was from the Suns. It was it looked very, very gloomy when Charlie Curnow snapped in the opening minute, and that was followed up by Patrick Cripps.
Two goals in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah,
I'm having trouble with Cripps this afternoon. I can tell. I don't know why.
But they've really responded so well, as you say. They've scored 5 of the last 6 goals now, and lead by 15 points.
So the Blues unable to break away after what Neil Cordy said. They looked a promising start, and the Suns have reeled them in, and they're certainly showing a lot more intensity and fortitude at the ball at the moment. And Holman runs onto that one. Got rid of Doherty. His kick, though, to the forward line came astray. Fisher kicks the ball out towards Silvani. Been closely marked by Powell on his hammer, and the ball bounces over both their heads and over the eastern side of the ground, and the top of that eastern grandstand. The supporters over there being a late afternoon suntan. The beautiful conditions here, warm conditions at Metricon Stadium, Neil Cordy.
Yeah, perfect conditions for sunbaking, not so much for the footy.
Yeah, but that sun will set soon. Our expert, Neil Cordy, this afternoon for Shaw Unify, uniform experts. And it's from the boundary throw in. Kick off the ground there by Anderson. Little toe poke beat a few opponents. There's Sard. He runs onto the ball. He likes to take a bounce. He's took one then. Got the handball over to Newman. Newman goes short. Broadcast side finds Jack Martin in front of the interchange bench. He goes in short and finds Sam Moss. I reckon just about his first disposal of the afternoon. Sam now, long kick towards Curnow and also Ballard. Ballard did well. First to recover. And right at the quarter time siren here at Metricon Stadium. After Carlton were quick out of the blocks, 2 goals in the first 3 minutes, and the Suns reeled them in, kicking 5 of the next 6. Quarter time here on AFL Nations. Gold Coast 5-5-35. Carlton 3-2-20, 15-point lead to the home side. 2 goals to Malcolm Roses, singles to Noah Anderson, Lockie Weller and Marbio Chol. And for the Blues, singles to Patrick Cripps, George Hewitt and, of course, Charlie Curnow. So quarter time here on AFL Nation Sunday afternoon. It's the last game of the round. What's going to happen over the next 3 quarters? Stay tuned. And it's the Suns by 15 points.
That quarter on AFL Nation was for Tyre Power. Save on Kumo. Store-wide super sale now on.
ROBOT Robot Building Supplies.
The Man Cave, shed, garage, sports room, home office, whatever you want to call it, Robot Building Supplies has everything to renovate or build it.
Robot's got it.
Metal roofing, cladding, wall panelling.
Robot's got it.
Structural steel, timber, insulation.
Robot's got it.
With 24-hour delivery, get it done fast with Robot Building Supplies. Notting Hill, Sunshine, Preston, Dramana, Pakenham, Coldstream and Darnham. RobotBuildingSupplies.com.au.
ROBOT Robot Building Supplies.
Sustained performance in footy is more than just one great game. It's about playing consistently, game after game, season after season. Host Plus delivers strong performance over the long term, with top returns over 20 years. A top-performing super fund over the long term, that's a plus.
Super Ratings SR50 Balanced Index, December 2021. General advice only. Consider the relevant Host Plus PDS at TMD at hostplus.com.au before deciding if Host Plus is appropriate for you. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
Search, compare Host Plus today.
Star 21 offers a new approach to your enterprise mobility strategy. Imagine a solution that's more flexible, secure and future-proof, keeping your business moving during these uncertain times. Star 21 delivers tailored mobility solutions that best meet your business needs using Telstra's 5G mobile network. Call the Telstra Enterprise Partner of the Year on 1300 Star 21 to discover the difference.
Star 21. Installerine.
For the hottest of hot party you've ever seen. Rain comes on steady, hot and strong. It just keeps on and on.
Want the assurance of an Aussie family-sized electric water heater with a 12-year cylinder warranty?
Installerine.
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 Then accept nothing less than Australia's best.
Are you game ready? Your local Sports Power store is supporting local footy clubs and players with everything you're going to need for the footy season ahead. With a great range of boots, footwear, balls, training and protective gear from all the big brands like Adidas, Asics, Nike, Puma, New Balance, Sharon and Shock Doctor. So if you want to get game ready, get into your local Sports Power store and check them out. Find your nearest Sports Power store at sportspower.com.au.
We're your local experts, Sports Power.
Drinks fridge looking a little on the empty side? Hairy Dog is the better way to buy alcohol. Online in your own time. Browse Australia's largest range from those hard-to-find drops to all your favourites. From wines, spirits and must-try mixes to curated cocktails and mystery beer bundles. Hairy Dog has it all so you can have it all. Delivered to your door with free shipping and 10% off your first order. Order online at hairydog.com.au. Drink responsibly. Afterpay and Zip Pay available.
Every group of mates has one. The bloke who avoids his shout.
Oh, I left my wallet in the car.
Mate, use your phone.
Oh, it's gone flat, mate. Can you cover me?
With a Signet power bank, there's no more running out of charge when you or your mates need it most.
Take my Signet power bank, mate. Charge up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll get this round and the next. I owe you one.
Aussie owned, Aussie designed. Power your life with a Signet power bank. Signet.com.
Booked a holiday? Visiting friends interstate? Melbourne Airport is happy to be welcoming travellers back. Nothing beats the convenience, flexibility and great value when you park at Melbourne Airport. From just $12 a day, the Value Car Park offers exceptional value. And only a few minutes walk to check-in, Melbourne Airport's Terminal Car Park offers absolute convenience. Park with ease and peace of mind with Melbourne Airport. Book online today and save at melbourneairport.com.au.
You're listening to the 2022 Premiership season on AFL Nation for Beaumont Tiles. For all your tiling needs, in stock now.
gets a free kick inside 50, swings the ball around, and if you don't mind, Charlie, what a way to start. First minute of the game, Carlton going to attack. Charlie Curnow gets the free kick, immediately plays on, and the first goal of the game. In the first minute of the game here at Metricon Stadium, ball goes inside 50 again for the Gold Coast. The Coasters try to kick the ball off the ground. Ineffective, have a chance to recover though. Handball to Anderson, a standing snapshot from inside 50. The ball swinging back. Oh, Anderson, great goal.
AFL Nation highlights for McDonald's. Footy's back and I'm loving it. Never miss a single goal with McDelivery.
And yes, AFL Nation this Sunday afternoon for Sports Power, your local footy experts. First quarter, and after the Carlton got out to that good start, 2 goals in the first 3 minutes, Gold Coast came fighting back, kicked the next 6 to have a 15-point lead, 5-5-35, and Carlton 3-2-20. Half-time, of course, the MCG, St Kilda 12-3-75. Hawthorn 5-8-38, and Essendon the early winners there over the Crows, an absolute thriller. So the second quarter, the opening bounce for Tyre Power about to get underway. Your match day favourites for Tyre Safety. And the Suns kicking towards the Nerang River and the open scoreboard, and Rao with a good clearance too, bustled his way forward. Now gets on the left boot, kicks in here looking for Casbolt. Wiedering had to sit behind him though, the ball falls to Doherty. Doherty just a wild kick, clears the defensive zone. Oh, good use of the body there by Powell. Will Powell takes the mark and is ready to send Gold Coast back into attack again. Casbolt, here's Marbior again. Oh, he jumped too early, Marbior. Didn't get the timing right. Took Miller off the ground. Goes to Casbolt. He's immediately tackled though by Silvani in defence here. As Doherty, another quick kick out, looking for teammates. And the ball open up here for Hewitt from defensive 50. Running past there was Owies. Owies now kicks through the centre of the ground, but there's Powell once again. Just like a brick wall at the moment. Spots up Holman's at half forward. Sard came in late. Missed him, probably just as well. And Holman will go back and have a set shot for goal. 45 minutes out directly in front. A chance for Neil Cordy to jump in after his thoughts of the first quarter. It's a bright start for the Suns in the second.
Absolutely, yeah. What a brilliant recovery after being down 2 goals in the first 3 minutes, and now another Carlton turnover. They're really pressuring inside forward 50. They had 5 tackles to 1 inside forward 50 in that first quarter, and now that pressure, that resulted in the turnover, and now Nick Holman has a chance to extend the lead.
Couple of quick positions there for Will Powell as well. So the set shot here for Holman. And chance for goals either side of the quarter-time break, and he's off target. And they've missed about 4 chances, haven't they? A couple of set shots, a couple of running shots close to goal, but the Gold Coast hope the lead by 16 points. The second quarter scoreboard, thanks to Macca's Chicken Deluxe range. 36 points to the Suns, 16-point lead over the Blues, who are 20. As Carlton now bring the ball out of defensive zone. There's Harry Mackay with DeConey. They couldn't take the mark though. Different story from last week. But DeConey's quick to recover, and he's got Fisher on the loose. Now he's waiting for teammates to run forward. He's just forced to stop and prop just on the edge of the centre square. Now he's got Setterfield running forward, but great leap there on the occasion by Sam Collins. Spoiled that foray for Carlton into attack. He was held without the ball. The Suns fans wanted a free kick, but the ball eventually goes out of bounds.
It's no news to Suns fans, but Sam Collins is one of the best defenders in the competition. Not broadly accepted around the league, but his defensive efforts are outstanding.
And our expert this afternoon, Neil Cordy, for Shaw Unify, uniform experts. The ball again close to the boundary line. And is that Powell again? Yep, so did well. As the ball now spills to Rao, this time the right foot, looking for Chol, had the sit. Ball run underneath us here, broadcast side. He went the soccer tactics there, Marbior, and so did Carlton through Zach Williams. Now, does that fail to keep the ball in play? No, the umpire gave the benefit of the doubt.
Brett Roseberry in charge on that one. One of the best. I think he's almost double figures in grand finals now, Brett Roseberry.
So the first 3 minutes of the second term, still no goals added on, but a 1 behind to the Gold Coast Suns on the Makita clock. Well, the outdoors Makita. The ball thrown in, just on attacking 50 for Gold Coast. Kicking towards the left-hand side of our dial. Beautiful tap by Witts, down to Lukosius once again. Check side, kick the top of the square. Levi pushed out his opponent and dropped the mark. No, the umpire's paid it.
Oh, wow.
Levi, full of surprises. And he'll go back, have a set shot now. Directly kicking over the fans that adored him for over 10 years there, of course, at Carlton at Princes Park. And Levi Casbolt. Surely Neil Cordy. No mistakes from here.
Commentator.
10 minutes. Well, he's 10 minutes directly in front. No one gets close to the man to the mark. Made the goal by
it.
pile work, but he's got it. Levi gets a goal against his former club. And his 8th for the season, 8 goals too. 164 goals overall. And the Suns kick away. Early stage of the second term. Biggest lead of the game now, 22 points. 6-6-42. Carlton at 3-2-20. That's on the Macca's Chicken Deluxe range scoreboard. Together and loving it. Order via Mac Delivery.
It's just the man the Suns wanted to score the goal, because he's such a talisman for this club and such a loved player as he was at Carlton. And for him to get that, he almost dropped that mark. It bounced on his chest and it came out, but held it long enough, according to Brett Roseberry.
Well, that was your unmissable moment too.
It was my unmissable moment.
For drink-wise there at the start of the game, Neil Cordy, and it's happened at the 4.5-minute mark of the second term. Casbolt on the board. First time this afternoon. The Suns looking good here as Tuke Miller gets the clearance away, looking for Weller. He's just bowled up in a tackle, as is now Rowell. He's slumped to the ground there by George Hewitt. And it's just absolute rugby maul at the moment. And eventually Kennedy, was he free kick? No, umpire said play on once again. The ball has eventually found its way to the centre wing through Williams. In turn, here's Sam Walsh, about disposal number 6. I'll probably only be second or third kick though for this afternoon. Down to Curnow on the half-forward line. He slaps the ball forward, looking there for Owies. And good intercept work once again by the Suns defence, who are standing tall this morning.
They are.
What you think, a much taller forward line.
Yep.
But that young defence, the Gold Coast Suns, led by Sam Collins and Bell, are doing well so far.
And Sam Walsh, as you mentioned, he's had 2 kicks and 4 handballs.
Boundary throw-in takes place. De Koning's up there. The ball just inside the right half-forward flank there for Carlton. Ball spills out to Fiorini from Miller, and he spots up Rankin and takes the mark. Poor handball from Isaac Rankin. Went behind Weller, but Weller had time to recover. Although he's put Lemons under pressure. Great tackle on occasion though by Fogarty, but the Suns can still get away to the outer side. But no one home in there in the red and gold for Gold Coast, and now they can mop up here through Newman Carlton from the half-back line. Forced to go one way then the other to Sam Walsh, who screws the ball backwards, but he found Doherty there on the outer half-back flank.
And good defensive press there from the Suns.
Forced them wide,
wide and back. So now they can set up well and truly behind the ball.
6.5 minutes gone the second term here at Metricon Stadium. Beautiful evening for football. And it's the Suns by 22 points there on the Macca's scoreboard in the second term. And again, the Suns repel the Carlton foray, although Sarah laid a tackle there on Anderson. Umpire caught play on. Lucky to get away with it on that occasion, Noah. Ball spills to Hewitt. Meeting under pressure, though, from Ellis. There's De Koning on hands and knees. He gets the ball out. Well, that's very tired. Looking Setterfield went after that ball. And now the Suns got a chance. Sard's there. Ball flushed out by Holman on that occasion. And there's Ainsworth, but he's tackled. And this time it was a legal disposal. The Carlton faithful roar in the background. As I said, being the holiday season, up here on the Gold Coast, and plenty of Blues support in the stands. And Doherty get the free kick just short of the centre square here at Metricon Stadium, with his team trailing by 22 points.
Yeah, Tuke Miller running free, leading possession getter on the ground with 16 disposals.
Those stats there for Safety Steel Sheds. And expert commentary this afternoon, of course, from Neil Cordy, former Footscray and Swans player for Shaw Unified Uniform Experts. And the ball not going nowhere on the outer wing. It's a good crowd in, and no doubt biggest crowd for the second home game for the season there for the Gold Coast Suns. Looking to record their second win this afternoon. Carlton trying to get 4-0. But here's Farah. Hasn't he impressive been in the first couple of quarters? Got the handball over that occasion. A little bit risky at the start there, Fiorini. Left foot kick down the centre wing down the line. He finds Josh Corbett.
Farah's pulled the hamstring.
Oh, no. For the younger. Keep an eye on that, Neil Cordy. It might be an important boundary update.
Yep, gone straight off.
Young Jai Farrell keeping an ear on that, so they might be activating their sub a lot earlier than expected here, the Suns. In the meantime, the kick up there from Newman, and under pressure, good mark taken by Lockie Fogarty for Carlton, just short of the interchange bench, and looks like he's straight to the room.
Straight in, yep.
That boundary update, thanks to Spitwater, tough and ready. Jai Farrell leaving the boundary was the expected left hamstring injury. Carlton go forward though. Along that interchange wing, Curnow, big kick looking for Owies. Lemons puts him under pressure. Did he hold him? No, the umpire said it was okay. Ball be thrown in. 35 minutes around from the Carlton goal. Still goalless in this second term. And they trial by 22 points in the Macca's scoreboard, Macca's Chicken Deluxe range, and come up to the 9-minute mark of the second quarter.
It's a shame for the Suns losing Farah. He was having a genuine impact on the game.
And Jordan Boyd also doing some warm-ups there, the Carlton substitute. Yep. And Rory Atkins, the medical sub there for the Gold Coast Suns. As the Suns do deliver the ball just outside defensive 50, just short of the Carlton interchange bench, the ball goes out of bounds.
You mentioned Will Setterfield slow to the ball, and he was involved in that collision in the first quarter. He might be the one that's coming off, although he's still out on the ground at the moment.
Yeah, but he's got the hands and the hips there. He's waiting for this boundary throw to take place. It's Witt's up against DeConing. Witt's got the front position. Tap the ball. They're looking for a rail there. Setterfield involved. And both players happy to slap the ball over the boundary once again, right in front of the respective interchange benches. On the true centre wing here at Metricon Stadium, the shady part of the ground. Western side of the ground here, broadcast side, and it's the Gold Coast Suns by 22 points. Plenty of thinking there for Michael Voss. Pretty sure he's made the trip up. Now,
he is.
Fisher got the kick away, but in the meantime, by holding free kick against Kennedy, he's been kept pretty quiet so far, and Alex Davies will take the free kick for the Gold Coast Suns. True centre wing. He spots up to 20 metres ahead of him there in Fiorini, who's having a good second term so far, as is Will Powell. And Fiorini runs around his man there into Koning. Delivers a left foot kick down the line, close to the boundary line. Toll goes up as both Young and also Lockie Plowman. Umpire said that Young was pushed out of the contest, and a fortunate free kick perhaps at a Carlton, but a relieving one as Child would have gone back.
The push in the back has become the rule of this round, and they got that one wrong.
Don't speak to pushing the back with Brisbane fans after what happened there at Geelong on Friday night.
Oh, but they've already reacted to it straight away, and that was a clear push in the side.
As just watching Harry Mackay here, went up in the ruck contest, and he's got a blood rule. He's got a very groggy. Oh, yes, he's got a blood rule. He's got one on the schnoz here.
Yeah.
And we'll just wait for the replay here, Neil Cordy, thanks to car sales, everything you ought to know.
Yeah, it was a head clash on Davies.
Okay.
He came down on the back of his head.
And he was the meat in the sandwich.
He was, yeah.
And that meat has had some sauce added to it.
And a little claret.
You just wait till after 7 o'clock for the first of the wines this afternoon, Neil Cordy. But no, claret of the blood variety there of Harry Mackay, so he's forced off. We'll keep an eye on the situation there, of course, with Jai Farah, the youngster, who got for a great start, smothered a potential goal from Charlie Curnow in the first quarter. And that's that boundary update once again for Spitwater, Tough and Ready in the second term. The lights now coming on, starting to take effect here with the Gold Coast Suns up by 22 points.
And Carlton have made their sub.
And
Cripps off.
Patrick Cripps is off.
Yep, Boyd on.
So Patrick Cripps, that's a massive injury there, massive injury update. Cripps is off, has been substituted out of the game. So he's got a soft tissue injury. We'll try and keep you updated here on AFL Nation Sunday afternoon. So the Suns looking good as they go forward once again. Corbett coming back from behind. It was Caspol, only as far as Newman. Handball over to Fisher. What adjustments will Carlton make in the midfield now with Patrick Cripps out of the game? Of course, started the game so well, kicking a goal in the first term in the first 3 minutes. In the meantime, they moved the ball out wide. Something out the way was Lemons. Pushed his opponent out unfairly, said the umpire.
I say there's the rule of the weekend.
And Owies will take the free kick, and the ball delivered on the bounce. Carlton fans down the eastern side of the ground wanted 50 metres. So Owies goes by hand to Fisher. Gets the left raking drop punt inside 50 for Carlton. Anderson slipped over the vital stage. Swung around by Jack Martin. Did the 360. Umpire said that was okay. Ball delivered now on the outer side. Lemons little dinky kick. It'll bounce all the way up to the eastern wing and go out of bounds for a throw-in. Neil Cordy.
It's a left hamstring for Patrick Cripps. We saw him go straight into the rooms, and they're in the wars because Harry Mackay has taken one right on the beak, and he's being attended to as well.
Concussion protocols perhaps too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So danger signs for Carlton. Kick from mid-air though from Silvani. Good nudge out there by Sam Collins. Well, after Charlie Curnow got that goal from a free kick in the first term, you have to say Collins got the better of him since then.
He has. It's all one-way traffic, the Suns' direction.
Again, the ball delivered up towards the eastern wing. And again, the Carlton attack chopped off there by Anderson, having a starring first half. He's running hot for Ream, no doubt, for the Gold Coast this afternoon. And he's involved in the play again as Chol is down. And now the ball's gone out of bounds on the eastern side of the ground here at Metricon between wing and half forward. And the Macca's scoreboard shows still that 22-point lead to the Gold Coast, 42 points to 20. Carlton still goalless in this second term. We've played 14 minutes on the Makita clock. Makita rule the outdoors.
Chol back on his feet and will contest this boundary throw-in against Jack Silvani.
And it beats both players over the back of their head. I heard a whistle. This way go to Carlton, but advantage is paid. And Fisher goes forward. Now Charlie Curno's left his man. No.
It's going back.
No advantage paid. It'll go to Silvani. It gives us a chance to check the scores around the grounds for Chemist Warehouse. Great savings every day. Third quarter underway at the MCG, and Saints still that handy 44-point lead over Hawthorn, 13-6-84. And the Hawks 5-10-40. So in the end, Sarah's got the free kick there on the outer side. And Carlton desperately need a goal. Been goalless for the first 15 minutes of the second term. Ball delivered into their forward line again. The Suns' defence stands strong. Sends the ball over the boundary line. Right-hand forward pocket, though, for Carlton. About 30 metres around from their goal. Looking towards the grandstand end or southern end in the second term at Metricon Stadium. Neil Cordy.
Tuke Miller again leading, joined by Noah Anderson in the midfield. We mentioned at the start of the game how it was going to be the Carlton midfielders that could have been causing all the problems. Well, it's turned out the other way.
As the ball sent back into attack there by Carlton by Lockie O'Brien. And as Chol went up, I can see that rock contest as well. And Davies happy to see the ball out of bounds once again. So a bit of a stalemate at the moment. They might suit Carlton while they reassess. And Harry Mackay, which is good news there for the Blues there on the boundary, ready to come back onto play after receiving that knock to the schnoz. Ball thrown in. But only one goal scored so far in the second term on the Macca's scoreboard, and Davies takes the tap away there from Marbior Chol. Sends the ball up to the wing, Rankin. Good tackle though by Zach Williams. Again, the umpire said that was okay as Anderson kicks the ball off the ground. In fact, on that occasion it was like cautious. Now to Corbett. Corbett, he's got a couple to beat there. Ainsworth had no opportunity. And one of those was Docky. He took the relieving mark. Sends the ball out wide there to Lockie Plowman.
Yeah, good work from Doherty.
So Plowman with the handball over the top to Hewitt. He's trying hard for the Blues. He's certainly getting involved with the play. I'll have to pick up the slack now with who are just joining us late on AFL Nation this Sunday afternoon. Patrick Cripps off with a suspected left hamstring injury. Substituted, and there's this medical sub now. Boyd getting his first possession of the afternoon. Goes in short and finds Zach Williams. Defensive 50 though. Spots up Wiedering on the broadcast wing, and he takes the mark as Carlton look to set something forward. As a couple of leads are offered and accepted on that occasion there by Fogarty. Swings around. What's up ahead of him? Nothing much. Zach Williams goes running past. Carlton still trailed by 22 points. Coming up to the 17-minute mark of the second term. AFL Nation, Sunday afternoon football. And now ball spills for Harry. He's back on the ground. There's front and square. Picked up the crumbs. Left foot snap. And gets a barely needed goal there for the Blues. So Harry gets his first for the afternoon at the 17-minute mark of the second term, and the Blues pegged that margin back to 16 points. 4-2-26. The Suns in front, though, 6-6-42.
Harry set a bad precedent for himself. He's copped one in the beak and come straight back on and scored a goal. It might, if he's down on form and struggling in future matches, one of his teammates might give him a whack. But that was an amazing, because he was up on the wing where he'd interchanged and was running back towards goal, and then instead of being the person who's there contesting the mark, he was front and square and finished it beautifully.
Certainly did. Neil Cordy, our expert commentator this afternoon for Shaw Unify Uniform Experts, and our stats there for Safety Steel Sheds as Harry Mackay on the board for the first time this afternoon.
Vital goal, that one, for the Blues, just to stop the bleeding. The lead was only out to 22 points, but the Suns were well in the ascendancy.
So he brings up his 8th goal for the season as well. His teammate Charlie with that goal in the first quarter, one ahead of him on 9 goals. Trying to chase down the Coleman medal. I think Tomahawk leading that way at the moment as Anderson gets the centre clearance. Good mark, diving back in the pack there, Lewis Young. And the number 33 quickly lays the ball off to Zach Williams. Now they go down the corridor, Carlton. This is looking good. Yes. Kennedy will get a free kick there, pushed to the back from Ballard. So Ballard needs to get to defensive zone. Kennedy the free kick. Handball to Sarah. Sarah now goes short. The lead's off there by Charlie Curnow. Got rid of his man on that occasion. But the ball now is forced to try to pick the ball up on the bounce on the outer side. Got the ball looking for O'Brien. And the ball goes out of bounds to be thrown in. Just outside, attacking 50 for Carlton on the outer half-forward flank. They trail by 16 points on the Macca's scoreboard, Macca's Chicken Deluxe range. Almost 19 minutes played. And the Carlton faithful now trying to get behind their team.
Yeah, good ball movement there from the Blues. Best we've seen for the match, from one end to the other. Sam Doherty, he's been everywhere. That was his 16th possession there, that handball.
Geez, he's advertising. He's got that right calf heavily bandaged, though, hasn't he?
It hasn't slowed him down one bit. He took that great mark in defence just a few minutes ago.
De Koning, with his both his calves heavily strapped as well, or bandaged, but this time the big number 12 gives away the free kick. Are they missing Petnet at the moment, do you think? I think they are.
I think so. Well, this is an advantage. We spoke about it in the preview, Sonny, that the advantage in the ruck could be going the Suns' way the longer the game goes.
As Ellis with a big kick sends the Suns inside their attacking zone. Good defensive work, though, by Carlton. Serra there to Newman. Newman left foot kick. It's only going to find out there Lukosius. Play a bit further up the ground, Jack, so far in the second term.
Yep.
As Lukosius now, as he spot a lead up at the back, Levi couldn't take the mark. Ball spills down to Wiedering. The ever reliable sends the handball over the top. Or kick off the ground. It's a risky one there by Carlton. Trying to pick up that occasion. And doing so is Ainsworth. Ainsworth goes short. Good pressure though by Carlton defence. Forces the error, and Curnow takes relieving mark here between wing and half forward on the defensive side.
Setterfield's tackle there on Ainsworth was vital. He was just about to square it up and set up a great goal-scoring opportunity.
And, of course, both teams now activated their subs, with Farah also out with a hamstring there, Jai Farah. So 2 soft tissue injuries.
Yep.
One on each side. So both the medical subs been activated before half-time here. And the kick from Curnow. Well, I think the initial target might have been Jack Martin. No, that ball's got play on touch. So Mackay's got to play on. He steps around. He's put it through. Harry. The blood nose has sharpened him up. 2 left foot snaps in the space of about 3 minutes. And Harry brings up his second for the afternoon. Over the right forward pocket, and the Blues pegged the margin back. They were down by 22 points. The margin now 10. Carlton 5-2-32. Suns 6-6-42. On the Macca's Chicken Deluxe range scoreboard. Together and loving it, order via Mac Delivery.
Well, that was quite comical there, really, when it was called touched off the boot. And Harry was a bit upset with the umpire that he wasn't going to get paid the mark, and then realised he had the ball 20 metres out from goal and pulled off a magnificent snap. It's being looked at on the video review as we speak, and
yes,
there looks like there's contact there. There's definitely a finger going back, so this one might go back.
So a score review, sleep better with Spinal Ease pillows on sale now at spinaleze.com.au, and I'd mark the goal down for Harry. I've got to take it back. It's
I hope he gets the next one.
So it might have been contender too for the goal of the day, or even the play of the day there for visitmildura.com.au. But Harry, you've had that goal taken off you, so only a minor score. So instead of a 10-point game, the margin is 15 points there on the Macca's scoreboard in favour of the Gold Coast, who've been quiet going to their forward half. Certainly the grandstand end seems to be attacking end so far in this first half of Metricon Stadium. And again, quite a bit of the play too on the outer wing. And on the opposite ground of the side of the ground where we're broadcasting from here at Metricon Stadium, the ball being thrown in. So Gold Coast up by 15 points. We played 22 and a half minutes of the second quarter on AFL Nation Sunday afternoon football. And now the Suns get a clearance. Miller, his handball, beautifully topped off though by Sard. Went for the kick off the ground there by Sard. It was ineffective. Davies was there, so was Roses. Now a chance for Swallow. Left foot kick, little wobbly one. He's looking for the boundary line. Forced Levi to pick up the ball off the bounce, which he did. Try to get the handball to Corbett. He's involved in a wrestling match there with Lockie Plowman. And in the end, we didn't kick the ball off the ground. Failed to keep it in, set the umpire with sufficient intent, which is the interpretation, Neil Cordy. And the free kick will go to David Swallow.
It certainly is.
And Levi setting himself for a big mark from behind. Couldn't take it. Got the crumbs though, front and square. Down to Corbett. Miller. Got the handball on the outside to Anderson. I missed the target though. Still got Fiorini, and also out wide is Charlie Ballard from the back line. Doherty there's there. He's had a good first half for Carlton. So is Zach Williams. Certainly better fitness is proving handy so far this early part of the season. Got the ball up to Fisher. Little chip kick over the top finds O'Brien. O'Brien immediately plays on. Now it's all of a sudden at Carlton's end. Looking for Mackay again. Collins stands tall on this occasion and sends the ball over the boundary line. But good passage of play from Carlton, working from defence into attack.
17th disposal for Sam Doherty, who was adjudged by the coaches as the best on the ground last week, and amazing return to form.
So there's still a chance for the Blues here. It's only a goal apiece so far in this second term after a bright opening term. But things are certainly settled down. Anderson kicks the ball towards the boundary line. The ball favours, the bounce favoured Fiorini. Couldn't capitalise. Here's the medical sub though for Boyd, who's on for, of course, Patrick Cripps. If you are just joining us late, he's had a left hamstring injury. Patrick Cripps off, Boyd on, and likewise for the Gold Coast Suns. Farah off with a hamstring injury, and Rory Atkins on.
And Patrick Cripps, this has got, revelations past this match.
How severe it is. We're looking at 2 to 3 weeks.
Yep.
The ball spills out. Serra by himself. Left unattended at the back of the throw-in. He misses the target, though. Adrian Serra, and through for a minor score. So in this term, Carlton have kicked 1 goal 2, and the Suns 1 goal 1. On the Macca's scoreboard, the chicken range, and the ball delivered out wide side is going to beat the lumbering Sam Collins to that ball. It's the ball inside to Fogarty. Fogarty, the lead is on to Harry Mackay, and just getting a bit of space. As I said, that knock to the head. He spent about 5 minutes off the ground. He's come back on. He's kicked 1 goal 1. He's going for left foot snap again from outside 50.
Yes.
That's a magnificent kick from Harry. And he supplies a beautiful result there, and the Carlton faithful go up all around the ground here at Metricon Stadium. And now officially he's got 2 goals. He's kicked 2 goals, 1 for the quarter. In fact, the last 3 scoring shots for the game.
And our paperwork is okay because I'd put him down for that second goal as well. But it's been an amazing transformation. The first goal that he kicked here in the second quarter was one where he was actually coming off the interchange bench and running back towards goal. That was a little bit more his usual style leading up. It was Adam Sard's speed that just blew away Sam Collins, as you so rightly called it, and set up the opportunity for Harry. And he's got 2 now, and they're back within 9 points.
Looking at the replay there for car sales. Cellular card, the Hassel Freeway with car sales instant offer. But Harry Mackay, they're a contender there for the goal of the game for Host Plus. Yep, that's A+. Certainly was from Harry. Bring up his second officially for the quarter. And can't get the centre clearance to go and attack again. This time Charlie says, no, Harry, you're not having all the action. I might jump in and take a mark and take a set shot as well. This time for Charlie Curnow. And now the big guns for Carlton imposing themselves on the game. Neil Gordy.
Yeah, look, there's no doubt about it. In these sorts of situations that the key forwards work off each other, that Harry's lifted and now Charlie responds.
Set shot from just inside 50. Wobbles a bit to the right-hand side. That forced him to kick the ball across his body and through the left-hand side of the goalpost for only a minor score. So on the Macca's Chicken Deluxe Range scoreboard, Gold Coast stuck on 6-6-42. Carlton 5-5-35, back to a 7-point game. We've played 27 minutes gone of the second term here on the Makita clock at Metricon Stadium. As the sun begins to set, the lights to begin to take effect. So the ground in magnificent condition as Chol goes up for a mark. Couldn't take it at the second attempt. Ball in dispute on the outer wing. Ainsworth picks the ball up. Now he's got Roses and Holman inside here. Now Holman was up against Sard. Ball spilled down there to Jordan Boyd though. He's done well since he came on. He's picked up about 4 or 5 disposals already there, number 37. Got the ball over to Williams, who's been also good and effective in this first half. The whistle goes from umpire downfield, and it's going to go to the Gold Coast for a hold. To Jared Witts on the true centre wing position. To go around the grounds for Chemist Warehouse. 14-8-92 the Saints, still the handy lead over the Hawks. 7-11-53 as they close on three-quarter time there. Of course, on the earlier game you heard on AFL Nation, Essendon an absolute thriller by 4 points over the Adelaide Crows there at Marvel Stadium. So the resultant free kick here to Will Powell, and he delivers the ball right in the edge of centre, but first for the 50. Coney went up, couldn't quite claim the mark. Ball spills to Hewitt, by hand to Williams, been corralled by Took Miller. Oh, beautifully chopped off there by Fiorini though, as Carlton tried to get out of the defensive zone. And Zach Williams pulls up a little bit proppy and sore. after that little exchange, Neil Cordy.
He does, yeah, hobbling. He's got a knee bandage on his left knee, and
he might have hyperextended, or perhaps, or just...
Yeah, he's staying out there.
Boundary throw in. Now, Witts had the front position, almost did his own ruck work that occasion. Spun out of the tackle. Is that Roses again? Left foot, check side. Yes. Oh, Malcolm Roses. First game for the year, if you don't mind. He's got 3 first-half goals.
And both contenders for the goal of the day. Absolute blinder. Left foot from the boundary line. Banana, but he was a banana going away from the goals. It wasn't one that was turning back into the goals, and that was just brilliant. The forward half pressure is what's giving the opportunities for the Suns, and he did so well there.
And what happened there too is that Carlton allowed Witts the first attack of the ball, and he's been so effective tapping the ball down to his playmakers around the contest, and on that occasion it was effective down to Malcolm Roses. And also, you have to say, that could be the player of the day, player of the first half of visit mildura.com.au. Looking for an exciting weekend trip away? Visit mildura.com.au.
And we've seen De Koning do really well around the ground because he's a little bit more mobile than Witts, but in those contests inside forward 50, he's starting to have an influence.
So closing on half-time, a valuable goal for the Suns as Saad gets the ball, though, off the half-back line. He's got 3 bounces already. Saad, he kept on going. Left-foot bullet. Will it find a target? Now to Charlie Kerner in the right forward pocket. Under pressure, though. Well done by Fiorini. Sees him and the ball over the boundary line. But after that goal there by Roses, his third in the first half, Gold Coast on the Macca's Chicken Deluxe range scoreboard, 7-6-48. And Carlton 5-5-35.
Amazing influence that Adam Saad's had since he's come back after missing last week with the protocols, and he's been electric.
So can Carlton get the response here, or Hewitt went to ground, and he's got the free kick for high contact. Well played, George Hewitt. And the experienced former Swan knew what he was doing there, but that's what you get rewarded for being first to the ball. So this will be handy for the Blues to get that goal back. But he's hard up against the boundary line. Only about 25 metres out, though, in the right forward pocket. Kicking towards the grandstand end. Kicking towards the Gold Coast Suns cheer squad behind those goals in the grandstand. We've gone 31 minutes. And Hewitt comes in. Right foot kick, but he's too narrow. In fact, he might have missed everything. I think he might have shaved the behind post. And so had a bounce on the full. Bad miss on that occasion by Hewitt. So the margin's still 13 points. We've played 31 and a half minutes, so it's been 2 long quarters the first half, Neil Cordy.
It's been George Hewitt's been a good pickup. That wasn't his best effort on that occasion.
Chol went up. Oh, took the mark. The second attempt, Marbior Chol between wing and half forward. Interchange side. As Rowell comes off. And Alex Davies comes on for a late second quarter burst by the young number 5. So Chol wants to just hold things up. Goes down the line. Witts is there. He was third in line. The ball spills the back of the pack for Lukosius. There to Miller. Back to Roses. Got around his opponent beautifully there. And Newman sent the ball towards Casbob. And also Rory Atkins, I should say, the medical sub there for the Suns in the forward line. But good defensive work by Lockie O'Brien. Saw the ball out of the boundary line. But in the last minute, and the last thing Carlton want to do here is give up a goal.
Tell you what, Malcolm Roses has got some tricks.
Ball spun. We're going to have Witts in the front position again, and Rankin was waiting for it. Check side front, Rankin, hit the woodwork. The ball was spinning towards the goal, but the angle was just too top for number 22. Well, that would have been a moment of brilliance as well. The youngsters showing off there in these pockets.
Well, he was trying to match Malcolm Roses' effort from the other side of the ground a couple of minutes ago and almost pulled it off.
With the young talent on display. Wobbly old kick from Sargent to get up here to Rankin again, but he spilled what he should have taken. Could have had a set shot in the dying seconds of the first half. In the meantime, Carlton can chill out and relax. And the mark's been taken by Jack Martin, defensive side of the broadcast wing. So relief for Carlton there, and happy to go short and finds Doherty. So Doherty, of course, play those games for the Brisbane Lions up the M1. And the Brisbane Lions got a big game coming up on Thursday night. You'll hear that on AFL Nation. Easter Thursday, Brisbane and Collingwood. So it's the Easter Thursday clash. And 50-metre penalty. Fiorini claimed he was running with Doherty, but Doherty had switched sides So Fiorini came close to the left shoulder of Curnow and is gifting him 50-metre penalty right on the stroke at half-time, and Stuart Dew is going ballistic in the coach's box.
I'll tell you another thing that's interesting here is where the umpires set the 50-metre rule. The marks
he's bringing around to a better angle, I think.
He's given him about a 20-metre...
So there's the siren. Oh, has he gone off his line? I reckon Charlie Curnow went off his line anyway. I think one of the umpires might have called play on. Brett Roseby was moving it behind him, and the resultant kick from Curnow went out of bounds on the full anyway. So a sensational way to win the first half of football. And we've got a contest here on AFL Nation Sunday evening now. And it's the Suns by 14 points, 7-7-49, and Carlton 5-5-35. That quarter went 34 minutes, and it's a 14-point lead for the Gold Coast.
That quarter on AFL Nation was for McDonald's. Macca's Chicken Deluxe Range. Together and loving it. Order via McDelivery.
Athena Home Loans have just dropped their rates. Again! For the 9th time in a row, Athena just dropped variable rates to give you one of the lowest fee-free home loans in Australia. Super low rates and fee-free. Just one of the ways Athena is helping Aussies pay down their home loans faster. So what are you waiting for? Get saving today. Go to athena.com.au to see how much you could save. Athena, love us and leave us. Standard credit criteria, terms, conditions and government charges apply.
Footy is made up by lots of bite-sized plays. A good pass here, a nice kick there, maybe snaffling possession. But adding up all of these bite-sized plays can get you big wins. It's the same with Snaffle. Get stuff you want now and pay it off with bite-sized payments. Now that's a huge win. Snaffle. Grab a Snaffle wallet today at snaffle.com.au.
Terms, conditions, fees, charges and lending criteria apply. Credit provided by Walker Stores Proprietary Limited. Australian Credit Licence 393023.
Get the power of safer tyres before you go on holidays. A road safety message from Tyre Power.
There's one wheel that affects the performance of all the other wheels on your car, the steering wheel. And if your steering is out of alignment, it affects handling and vehicle stability. Poor steering alignment also causes rapid and uneven tyre wear. If you feel your vehicle pulling in one direction on a straight road, head to your nearest Tyre Power store and get your alignment checked and adjusted as soon as possible.
Get the power!
So the garden tap's connected to the tap timer. The tap timer's connected to the tap nut. The tap nut's connected to the poly pipe. The poly pipe's connected to the elbow piece. The elbow's connected to a hop pop. Keeping your garden green is easy with Pope because everything connects in a flash.
And that's how your garden grows.
Make the connection with the Pope irrigation range. Available at Bunnings Warehouse.
When you need the job done right, you want your pressure cleaner built like your team, tough and ready. Our brand new look Spitwater kicks the goals and gets the checkered flag every time by solving the problems the others can't. So when you're after the game changer, just reach for the tough and ready Spitwater pressure cleaner, made in Australia since 1982. Want to see the new Spitwater? Call 1-800-SPITWATER now or go to spitwater.com.au.
I'm here with the man of the hour. Now, Mikey, how's the leg? Talk us through what happened.
Yeah, look, Daisy, it was the end of a busy harvest, so I was on autopilot. Next thing I know, I dozed off and ran my ute off the road.
It was one hell of a collision. You're lucky it didn't end your career, or worse.
Let my family down here, putting myself, the farm, all on the line. Can't afford to take your eye off the ball.
There are plenty of dangers on the farm, and when you're tired, they're harder to spot. Remember to take 5, freshen up and get back in the zone. Find out how at makingourfarmsafer.org.au.
If you've come home to find your property has been damaged, call 131 444.
If you've had something stolen from your car, call 131 444.
If you've lost something or found something valuable, call 131 444.
If you want to register a party or let us know you're going away on holiday, call 131 444.
So save 131 444 to your phone for when you need the police but not the sirens. For more information and for online reporting, visit police.vic.gov.au.
Authorised by the Victorian Government, Melbourne. Sustained performance in footy is more than just one great game. It's about playing consistently, game after game, season after season. Host Plus delivers strong performance over the long term, with top returns over 20 years. A top-performing super fund over the long term, that's a plus.
Super Ratings SR50 Balanced Index, December 2021. General advice only. Consider the relevant Host Plus PDS and TMD at hostplus.com.au before deciding if Host Plus is appropriate for you. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
Search, compare Host Plus today.
You're listening to the 2022 Premiership season on AFL Nation for Beaumont Tiles. For all your tiling needs, in stock now.
Surely Neil Cordy. No mistakes from him. No one just gets close to the man to the mark. Oh, mate, he got that pile work, but he's got it. Levi gets a goal against his former club. And now ball spills for Harry. He's back on the ground. He's front and square. Picked up the crumbs. Left foot snap. And gets a barely needed goal there for the Blues. So both the medical subs been activated before half-time here. And the kick from Curnow. Well, I think the initial target might have been Jack Martin. No, that ball's called play on touch. So Mackay's got to play on. He steps around. He's put it through. Harry. Oh, the blood nose has sharpened him up. 2 left foot snaps in the space of about 3 minutes.
AFL Nation highlights for McDonald's. Footy's back and I'm loving it. Never miss a single goal with McDelivery.
Yeah, thanks to Macca's Chicken Deluxe range. Those highlights there. This is AFL Nation, the Sunday evening of football, all thanks to Holmes Glen. Study with the Saints at Holmes Glen. Now, it's the halftime floor show for the Choices Flooring sale on now.
The Choices Flooring Halftime Floor Show. Choices Flooring's Watch Your Lifestyle catalogue sale on now.
And half-time here at Metricon Stadium. It's a 14-point lead to the home team, the Gold Coast Suns. 7-7-49. Carlton 5-5-35. 2 goals, 2 in that quarter to the Suns. 2 goals, 3 there to the Blues. 3 goals in the first half to Malcolm Roses for the Suns. Singles to Levi Casbolt, Lockie Weller and Noah Anderson along with Marbior Chol. And for the Blues, 2 goals to Harry Mackay. Singles to Patrick Cripps, George Hewitt and Charlie Curnow. Reminder, Choices Flooring and giving away the ultimate VIP Grand Final experience. You and a mate could experience all the hype of Grand Final week firsthand, then be at the big match itself. That's right, the 2022 Toyota AFL Grand Final. Head to iCanWin.com.au to enter now. And now for the stats wrap for Safety Steel Sheds, designed to say built to last. Here's Neil Cordy.
Well, what an interesting game this match has been. We thought it was going to, in the first 5 minutes, it was all Carlton as the 2 stars, Curnow and Cripps, went bang bang. But you'd have to say since then it's really been the Suns that have had the dominance both territorially and with possessions. They've leading the disposals 175-173. That's pretty even. Handballs also dead set even. Territorially, it's 29-28 with the Suns
inside 50s,
just inside. Inside 50. So it doesn't actually. Those stats don't really reflect what we're seeing. It looks a little bit more that
the free kicks evened up as well. So
they did. The free kicks back close to even. It's now 8-12, so we're not the.
So still in favour of Carlton, though. Yeah.
Still in favour of Carlton. Bit unusual with the home team here, the Suns. But it's been. We spoke so much about the big gun midfielders of the Blues and how the Suns were going to contain them. Well, contain them they have and have really edged ahead. Noah Anderson is the leading possession getter on the ground with 20 disposals, 16 kicks and 4 handballs. Tuke Miller, who last week we saw him for the first time in about 20 games. He had less than 27 possessions when they sent Matt DeBoer and Lockie Ash to him against the Giants. It was a really good effort today from the Suns.
But Carlton don't have that matchup, especially now with Cripps being off more on that shortly. But of course, Ed Curnow not being in the team would have been the obvious one. Of course, the one with Tuke Miller, and that reflected in some of the player. So that's stats trap there for Safety Steel Sheds, designed to say built to last. The player power ratings for Red Energy is proudly Australian core, their Aussie team today on 131.806, and of course Anderson and for the Suns and Zach Williams there for the Blues, showing the way in the player power ratings there for Red Energy. And along with Sam Doherty, of course, out in front. He's had a very good first half there for the Blues, and also George Hewitt and Adam Serra making up the top 5, along with Jared Witts. They're the player power ratings there for Red Energy. Got to play the first half there, Neil Cordy, for Mildura Regional Development. Visit mildura.com.au. There were quite a few, though, weren't there?
Well, Malcolm Rosas, on balance, his 3 goals. He's been in a game that's only separated by 14 points. His 3 goals from an unexpected source have been really influential, and his last goal, that one from the boundary line, was just spectacular.
All right, so the player of the day, the Amy Clanger, who covers Clangers. Amy does. Well, unfortunately, that had Sean Lemons, of course, in the first quarter, in that second quarter, which allowed George Hewitt to get that goal in the opening term, I should say. So that was the Amy Clanger. Player of the day so far for Whirlpool Design for Environment.
Well, I'd again have to go with Malcolm Rose's 3 first-half goals in such a tight match from an unexpected source.
The most improved player for Valvoline, which all keeps your business moving. You know, Valvoline.
I like Alex Davies. He's been a really good find. He was playing, I think he'd have played the last game of last year. Stewie Dew gave him a chance, and now he's played all four games this year, and he's having a real influence and getting better every game.
For Valvoline, the original engine oil. What about the Australian-made Smart Play of the first half? It's important to buy Australian right now.
Yeah. Well,
the smartest play might have been Harry Mackay going off and then coming back on.
Absolutely, and not only did he was even going when he was going back to position. That one was his first goal. Was as he came off the interchange on the wing and ran back to goal and managed to get his first. And as you say, that really ignited things for him. He had 1 goal taken off him, could have had 3 in the space of 5 minutes, but he ended up getting a second goal a few minutes later and got the margin back to 9 at that stage.
Australian-made Smart Play there. Support Aussie-made products, and of course a big injury update for victorsports.com.au. Patrick Cripps, doing his hamstring, has been replaced by Jordan Boyd, and likewise for Gold Coast Suns, he started so well too, Jai Farah, and he did his left hamstring as well and has been replaced by Rory Atkins. So both the medical subs there activated in the first half. The unmissable moment for Drinkwise. Choose to drink wise. We discussed this at the start of the game.
Yeah, it was well, the one
Levi.
It was Levi, and that mark, he almost spilt it, but playing against the team he played at for 10 seasons and played 154 games for, and he wasn't noted for his goal kicking at the Blues, but he's become a real source, and he's only got the 1 today, but he kicked 3 last week and 2 in the first 2 outings for the Suns. So particularly in the absence of Ben King, a presence up forward is really important, and it's worked. You have to say it's worked really well for the Suns.
I mentioned his name a couple of times, but for the MEGT Rookie of the first half, MEGT, your local apprenticeship experts, call 13MEGT today. We mentioned his name a couple of times, Malcolm Roses, but you also mentioned Alex Davies. And I was impressed, though, for the medical sub, Jordan Boyd, just playing his second game. Blues, he imposed himself a little bit there in the second quarter.
Yeah, he did. He's working well with Sam Doherty, who's been in absolutely everything for the Blues. Their leading possession getter with 18 touches, including 4 marks, and he's also such a great user of the ball, Sam, and we're seeing Boyd linking up well with him.
So MEGT, your local apprenticeship experts, as we go around the grounds for Chemist Warehouse. Great savings every day and into the fourth quarter. And the Saints looking good against the Hawks. We've extended the lead there, early stages, 19-8, 122. Hawthorn stuck on 7-12, 54. So the Saints looking good in the last couple of weeks. Of course, the form line's pretty good, beating Fremantle and Richmond over the last 2 weeks. And the early game at Marvel Stadium there on AFL Nation, Essendon, an absolute thriller, 15-13 to 103. And Adelaide Crows, 15 1999. Of course, we saw the return of Tex Walker for the Crows. He was valuable. He kicked 4. And this exciting youngster, Josh Rochelli for the Crows, he kicked 3. And Peter Wright was the leading goal kicker for the Dons there with 3 goals. Of course, this is the last game of the round. And Carlton trying to go 4 and zip for the first time since 1995. And, of course, they won the premiership in that time. So that was the halftime floor show. Thanks to Choices Flooring.
A sports news update for Rolled. Eat good with Rolled. It's fast, fresh Vietnamese.
Star footballer Daisy Pearce says she hasn't decided if she will play on after Melbourne lost yesterday's AFLW Grand Final to Adelaide.
It wasn't like hinging on a result or anything like that. It's just time to let things settle and reassess and hear the final details of what next year looks like, all of that kind of thing.
The Melbourne Boomers are WNBL champions after thrashing the Perth Lynx in Game 3 of the Grand Final series last night. There was drama off the court, though, with the trophy going missing on its flight from Perth to Melbourne, but luckily for all, it turned up just in time. And a huge round from Aussie golfer Cam Smith at the Augusta Masters, charging into second overall at 6 under par. He's 3 strokes off American leader Scotty Scheffler going into the final day of play. Tiger Woods is well off the pace at +7, ending hopes for a 6th green jacket for the champion on his Augusta return. That's the latest in sport. I'm April Austin. Eat good with Rolled. It's fast, fresh Vietnamese.
You're listening to the 2022 Premiership season on AFL Nation for Beaumont Tiles. For all your tiling needs, in stock now.
If you're a local multi-trade contracting company, Handy wants you. Handy works with insurance companies with fair rates and fast payment. If you're licensed and insured, it's quick to sign up. Go to handy.com. That's HANDDI.com.
It's Tyre Power's massive Easter sale with more great deals on big brand tyres. At Tyre Power, you'll get the power of our giant giveaway on Toyo tyres. Simply buy 3 and we'll give you 1 free on a great range of Toyo passenger car and SUV tyres. That's right, buy 3 and get 1 free on selected Toyo tyres at Tyre Power. Conditions apply. See website or in-store for details. Tyre Power's massive Easter sale is now on. Visit tyrepower.com.au or call 13 21 91 for your local owner-operator.
Wake up to sleep at 40 Winks. Right now at the 40 Winks Super Sealy sale, get 50% off Sealy Posturepedic mattresses. Plus, earn double Qantas points on your purchase. Proudly Australian made, Sealy Posturepedic mattresses come with a 10-year guarantee. So hurry, the 40 Winks 50% off Super Sealy sale with double Qantas points offer ends this Sunday. Terms, conditions and exclusions apply. 40 Winks, serious about sleep.
Never before in business history has the combination of hygiene, cleaning and recycling been more important. COVID changed everything and businesses need to trust their cleaning suppliers more than ever. So place your trust in Icon Services Australia, a market leader for commercial cleaning, hygiene and recycling services. Icon look after sporting organisations like the Sydney Roosters, the Gold Coast Titans and Carlton in the AFL. Keeping businesses clean and sustainable all over Australia. Get Icon Services Australia into your business. iconservices.com.au.
Jono, where are your safety boots?
In the Stariolode.
Hard hat, high-vis vest?
In the Stariolode.
Listen, I know you're used to feeling protected in the Stariolode, but that's only useful when you're inside the van, mate. Hyundai Stariolode is the only commercial van that has both ANCAP 5-star and Platinum safety rating. And from just $47,990 drive away for ABN holders, now's a smart time to buy. T's and C's apply. Visit hyundai.com.au/offers for details. Imagine that, Hyundai.
If you're on the hunt for some fun these holidays, you're in for a treat at Sexyland. There's 15% off chocolatey body paint and liqueur flavoured massage oils, and 20% off selected rabbit toys, plus a free gift with any Lilo purchase and loads more in store and online. Sexyland, 11 stores in Melbourne and Geelong. Can't wait? Get 2-hour delivery at sexyland.com.au.
The Chicken Deluxe Burger at Macca's. Tender Aussie chicken in a crunchy coating with melted cheese, tomato and aioli. It's all the best bits in one delicious place. Chicken and Macca's, together and loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Available after 10:30am for a limited time only.
Sustained performance in footy is more than just one great game. It's about playing consistently, game after game, season after season. Host Plus delivers strong performance over the long term, with top returns over 20 years. A top-performing super fund over the long term, that's a plus.
Super Ratings SR50 Balanced Index, December 2021. General advice only. Consider the relevant Host Plus PDS and TMD at hostplus.com.au before deciding if Host Plus is appropriate for you. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
Search, compare Host Plus today.
This is the sound of Julian's bargain price vacuum with deep express suction. This is the sound of Julian trying to fix his bargain price vacuum, which infuriates him deeply. Yes, this is the sound of bargain regret. When it comes to the important stuff, like insurance, don't risk it. Go to Amy instead, who offers great value cover you won't regret. Amy does. Before buying insurance issued by AAI Limited Trading as Amy, read the PDS at amy.com.au. TMD also available.
You're listening to the 2022 Premiership season on AFL Nation for Beaumont Tiles. For all your tiling needs, in stock now.
For Tyre Power, tyre safety experts, week in, week out. AFL Nation Sunday evening football as the sun is definitely set. The lights taking full effect. We've got a 14-point game in favour of the home team here at Metricon Stadium, and Carlton get the first foray into attack. But Sam Walsh just tripped over himself after taking a mark. That's one of the highlight. And clanger there, early clanger there for the Blues. He just readjusts his boots there, Sam Walsh. And what's he done there?
Good question. He's tripped over nothing.
He looked for Fisher, and it was a short pass, about 20 metres, and completely missed the target. In the end, the ball trickled over the boundary line. So throw-in to take place, broadcast side. Here in the first minute of the second half. AFL Nation Sunday evening football there for Sports Power, your local footy experts. As Witts doing battle on the ruck against DeCunny, and Miller came charging through. He's put on the way through, but Witts able to get the kick away though for the Gold Coast. Up towards the centre wing, right at the edge of the centre square, and Fiorini's laid a tackle. And the umpire will throw the ball up. Of course, the big news is joining AFL Nation, Sonny and Neil Cordy win the commentary position this evening. Patrick Cripps off with a hamstring injury. Medical sub activated there, Jordan Boyd. And for the Gold Coast Suns, young Farah also with a hamstring injury. Rory Atkins on, the former Crow there for the Gold Coast Suns. So what can the Carlton midfield do, led by Adam Chera? It's a behind play here between Fisher and is
Newman. It's Nick Newman.
Nick Newman, I should say. And also Ben Ainsworth. In the meantime, inside 50 go the Gold Coast, courtesy of Took Miller. There is Rose as the danger man. He's got 3 first-half goals for the Suns. Anderson was also lurking there, but there's Setterfield getting the relieving pressure high up and under. Marbio Child, though, came in from nowhere and took a thrilling mark, leaping in the pack. He goes short of play, goes down behind play. It's all happening, Neil Cordy. Tell us all about it. Umpire Andrew Stevens from the centre of the ground saw everything, and this game is livened up at the start of the second half.
That skirmish between Ainsworth and Newman continued on. There was a body slam. Newman body slammed Ainsworth in the middle of the ground and then got up. They both ran towards the contest and it kept going.
We'll see the replay for car sales shortly, but in the meantime, Marbio Child was granted a 50-metre penalty because of that scuffle. And from point-blank range, opening goal of the second half goes the way of the Gold Coast Suns, and Marbio has got his second for the game. And the Suns out to a handy 20-point lead. In the early stages, 2.5 minutes gone to the third quarter thanks to Makita. And Makita clocked there. The rule the outdoors with Makita. It's 8-7-55. The Blues are 5-5-35. And it's on the Mate scoreboard, Australia's most satisfied internet customers. Suns fans are pretty satisfied after that, Neil Cordy.
Tell you what, the Suns fans could have been very upset with Ben Ainsworth, who actually grabbed Nick Newman when they had a mark. When Chol had the mark, Newman's and Ainsworth were tangling again.
Well, Newman just put a little arm up too, and that was on, and then Newman's pushed him over. As we're just seeing the replay there, thanks to car sales, everything you ought to know. Yeah,
it was a very silly thing that Ben Ainsworth did, almost cost them. In fact, should have.
So Carlton being tested, the undefeated run, under pressure, under siege this evening here on the Gold Coast at Metricon Stadium, with the Suns out to a 20-point lead. And they go to attack again. Out wide, Ainsworth now. He goes short, but picked off there by Adam Sard.
That's going to be one to watch right now. Wasn't counting on that. Ainsworth and Newman. They're still on each other.
Could be the unmissable moment there for the second half. But a poor kick from Carlton out of defensive zone. Looked sloppy early stages. The Suns are on board here, and they're on song as Ellis drives them forward. They've got plenty of numbers up forward. Child gets the crumbs here. Can he swing around left foot? He does. It snaps a beauty. A la Malcolm Roses in the first term. And Marbio Child does the same, and he brings up his second goal in a matter of minutes and brings up his third for the afternoon. And the Suns out the biggest lead of the game, 26 points on the Mate scoreboard. Mate Internet and Mobile, award-winning Aussie service mobile plans from $20, 9,761. Carlton, 5,535. 2 goals in the first 4 minutes of the third quarter for the Gold Coast Suns, both to Marbio Child.
And this game is all supposed to be about Harry Mackay and Charlie Curnow, and Marbio Child has bobbed up and kicked 3 valuable goals with the game right on the line. So the 20-point gap, almost the biggest of the match, and very important and a very good start for the Suns in the second half.
And speaking of biggest margins, St Kilda recording one of their biggest wins over Hawthorn, especially at the MCG. They are now 20 goals 9, 129. Hawthorn stuck on 8-13-61, closing on full time now at the MCG, and the Saints another chance for a goal here as the ball now kicked forward by Noah Anderson. The Suns, the Carlton have been in their forward half the first 5 minutes of this second half. And, of course, they were number one for inside 50s in the competition, and they're being hamstrung by the Gold Coast Suns, who are applying plenty of pressure tactics. And there's another one on the outer side. Good tackle on that occasion laid by Jack Lukosius. But the ball be thrown in with the Blues under pressure here. On this Sunday evening, beautiful evening for football, but interesting to see if any dew and as the sun sets takes effect here and things get more slippery here at Metricon. But it's not finding it so slippery for the Suns at the moment. Miller over to Weller. Ball goes into forward tackling, and there's dangerous. Here's Marbio Child. He couldn't quite clinch it. Sard, though. Beautiful blind turn out of defence. Put the ball back to Zach Williams, and by foot delivers out forward, looking for Chera. The ball went over his head, though, and picked off by Lockie Weller. He goes in for a short pass, and a big mark has been taken by Ainsworth, is it?
It is Ainsworth, yeah.
The man of the moment involved with that wrestle with Nick Newman a few moments ago. And Benny from Gippsland, your hometown.
He is Morwell.
And not far from Traralgon.
Very close, near neighbour.
And Benny Ainsworth go back and have a set shot for goal here, an important one for Victorian Farmers Federation. Keep your head in the zone. Ben Ainsworth, and the umpires blowing the whistle. This will be another compulsory 50 for the Gold Coast. So Carlton are really unravelling here. And again, off the ball, and umpire Andrew Stevenson, 50 metres away, picks something out. And a very concerned-looking Michael Voss, as Ainsworth comes in and repeats the Marbio Child dose from point-blank range, puts another goal on the board for the Gold Coast. And they have stretched that lead now to 32 points. 7 minutes gone in the third quarter, 10-7-67. Carlton stuck on their half-time score, 5-5-35. And Ben Ainsworth picks up his first of the afternoon on the Mate scoreboard. Australia's most satisfied internet customers. Mate.
Well, Ben Ainsworth has just talked the talk and walked the walk. He's backed up his words with actions, and that was a very important goal. And I still haven't worked out what the 50-metre penalty was that took Ainsworth to the square. It was something that happened off the ball in the goal square, and Ainsworth was the benefactor. I'm looking at the TV replay, and we haven't seen anything yet.
Of course, after Carlton kicked the first 2 goals of the game in the first 3 minutes, the Suns have kicked 10 out of the next 13 goals. So Witts gets another centre clearance after his own ruck work on that occasion, and umpire's picked down another free kick. So after Carlton had the early free kick advantage in the first half, thanks to safety steel sheds, and the Suns getting the benefit now with a good run, but they've certainly got more intestinal fortitude at the moment. The ball deep into attack once again. Carlton forced to defend. Young under pressure, slipped the ball back, and under all sorts of pressure, Sam Dockney now makes a mistake, kicks the ball out of bounds in the full, and Lukosius, of all people, will have a shot for goal here, hard up against the boundary. Well, I think you might set it up here, Neil Cordy.
And it was Ben Ainsworth again who won the ball to get the ball inside 50. I think he'll go straight. He's setting up right against the fence, so it looks like a straight approach.
One behind it. We'll go for the check side. He's going for the traditional drop punt here.
Yep.
He's going for the drop punt, and it's too narrow through for a minor score. So first behind. After kicking 3 goals straight to start this second half on the Mate scoreboard. Australia's most satisfied internet customers, 10-8-68. The Suns, biggest lead of the game now, 33 points over Carlton, stuck on 5-5-35.
Tuke Miller still running free with 24 disposals.
And expert commentary from Neil Cordy this afternoon, the former Bulldog, and of course Sydney Swan. For sure, unify your team. Now Carlton get something moving through Curnows. Forced a long way up the ground though. Got the ball over to Fisher. Looking for Sam Walsh. Has been well covered by Matt Rowell so far. It's been a good battle between the two youngsters. That's what we wanted to come to see this evening. But at the moment you have to say Rowell's in front. The ball now in dispute on the other side. Plowman's got a couple to beat. He did so by hand to Doherty to O'Brien. Goes back and forth to Chera. Chera in turn to Williams, but they're forced to go backwards. Now they go forwards, Carlton. Now the loose player there is Hewitt, takes the mark, immediately plays on, chips the ball short to Mackay, too high for him. And Sam Collins said, thank you very much. Even though he was second in line, he ends up with the ball there, Sam Collins.
Yeah, poor kick from George Hewitt there. Had Harry out in front on the lead and just put it too high.
As the ball now switched play, well done by Sam Collins. He found Rory Atkins, of course, the medical sub there for Jai Farah. Just his first game for the season, his 12th overall. Unfortunately, done a hamstring, like Patrick Cripps. But both those players are off the ground. The subs activated for both clubs. And good, strong mark in front. Is that Rowell? Yes, it is.
It is.
No, it's Josh Corbett, in fact. Yeah. The haircut almost gave it away on that occasion. It goes short to Will Powell. Now he's got... is that Rose on the outer side all by himself in the outer wing? And now he goes down the corridor to centre to full forward, looking for Casbolt. But good defensive work by Wiedering, got in front. The Carlton defence under pressure once again. They trail by 33 points. 10 minutes gone in the third quarter. They've got to get something going. They're trying to do that way through to Coney. He takes a mark short of the interchange benches on the broadcast side.
Really haven't looked like it, Carlton, in this half.
Jack Silvani ready to come on the boundary. That boundary update for Spitwater, rugged reliability. It needs Jack to impose himself on the game. But I tell you who's imposing the game, Will Powell. These youngsters really standing up on the Gold Coast. Well, they did give Melbourne a solid game. Of course, they were disappointing last week against the Giants, but they've come out humming tonight so far. The Gold Coast Suns, they're running hot for rain. Inboard handball, Anderson. Lukosius lines up from 40, and again he's off target. He's kicked 3 behinds tonight, Jack. A couple on the run. The previous set shot a couple of moments ago was a difficult shot from the boundary.
That would have made it very difficult for the Blues.
34-point lead now to the Suns, Australia's most satisfied internet customers. That, of course, is Mate Internet. As Hewitt now takes the mark. Now Carlton go forward. They need to build something, though. Doherty running forward, but chopped off by Lockie Weller on the outer side. So the Suns can counter-attack once again. Fiorini back to Weller. Weller goes inboard. Centre half forward. The lead is on, and the lead has been taken, and the mark's been taken by Corbett.
Wow.
Lockie Weller involved in all sorts of things there on the eastern wing. And can the Suns capitalise? They've had it once again all inside their 50. They've had a couple of shots. They've kicked 3 goals, 2 so far in the term, keeping Carlton scoreless in the first 12 minutes on the Makita clock. But Corbett, what do you fancy his chances here, Neil Cordy?
I like the way he's walking in.
50-metre arc, the goal umpire hardly moves. Now he did late that win. Oh, is there a win there? No, the flag's just motionless at the other end of the ground. So at the grandstand end, the umpire wasn't moving initially, but then moved sharply to his left. Has gone the wrong side. So 3 goals, 3 they've kicked so far in this third term on the Mate Internet and Mobile scoreboard. Award-winning Aussie service mobile plans from $20. But it's the biggest lead of the game. In fact, they doubled their score.
Yep.
The Suns at 70-35. At the 13-minute mark, the ball's gone out of bounds. Broadcast side of the ground between wing and half forward, favouring the Suns. They're kicking towards the southern end or grandstand end in this third quarter.
Chol in the ruck.
And up against Silvani, who's on after that spell on the boundary. Hewitt held without it, get a free kick, and no advantage there. No advantage, got to bring it back there, young Owies. In the meantime, we'll check the scoreboard, and the Saints doing a number on Hawthorn. Last minute of full time there, 22-10, 142, 75-point lead St Kilda over Hawthorn, 9-13, 67. So maybe last week took too much out of the Hawks and the Blues at the moment. We go through that form line. As the ball close to the boundary line, right underneath us here, on the AFL Nation broadcast box with Sonny and Neil Cordy for you this evening. Very worried Michael Voss in the coach's box, and seeing those Stuart Dew raise a bit of a sweat. Must be pretty happy with his charges at the moment. The Gold Coast crowd getting involved. There's the great tackle by Marby or Toll on Terror on that occasion. Sent him to the ground. No, in fact, I think it was Fisher. But Brandon Ellis showing courage, flying back the fly to the ball. Ahead of Owies takes a strong mark. And now the Suns can switch, play risky kick. But Weller, the man of the moment, takes the mark, defensive 50.
Lockie Weller's having a ripping game, one of his best for a while.
Goes out wide, Doherty spilled, ends up with Plowman to Martin, not sure what to do. Eventual handball there to Fisher, left foot kick, Curnow 1-on-1, bit of body strength in front, takes the mark. A bit of Ballard, ahead of Ballard, he's a bit too strong in that marking contest. Now he plays on Charlie, right foot snap on this occasion, and he's missed. Charlie. Go back, have a set shot, or did he? Well, that's what he wanted to do. It almost came off.
Almost identical spot from where he kicked the first goal in the first quarter.
1 goal, 1, yeah, that's true. Oh, they've popped it up here, the Suns, another clang that squared off. Oh, he takes the mark. Oh, no, spoiled. No, the umpires played it. Said he had the control, the late spoil from Swallow, and Owies, relief man, will go back for a set shot. Only 20 metres out, directly in front of the Carlton cheer squad. At the scoreboard end, left-hand side of your dial here on AFL Nation, Sunday evening football for Sports Power, your local footy experts. And Owies will have a set shot for goal. And about the needed one here for the Blues. Matthew Owies, look, he's kicked 2 goals, 2 so far this season. And he squeezed it through because the Carlton fans, faithful, went up in arms behind. Now the flags and the banners come out. So Owies now 3 goals, 2 for the season, picks up his first goal for the evening, and a badly needed goal for the Blues there on the Mate scoreboard, Australia's most satisfied internet customers. 6-6-42, margin back to 28 points, Suns 10-10-70.
Yeah, bad turnover there from Ellis. Went the cross away from goal, and then the turnover came. Owies just held on to it long enough. There was the spoil there from Sam Doherty. He's having an absolute blinder again today for the Blues, and squared it up and found Owies.
Well, 2 of Carlton's 6 goals have come from clangers from the Gold Coast Suns.
Yep.
It could be a crucial moment too there for New Farm, Australian through and through. Can it be the start of something there for the Blues with that crucial turnover? Ball back in the centre, Silvani doing the ruck work up against Witts, no one going anywhere. The ball will be thrown up again. We'll give you the final score now for the MCG. A very disappointed Sam Mitchell, so some of these first-year coaches is coming home to roost. Craig McRae for Collingwood, now Sam Mitchell of Hawthorn of St Kilda, 22-10-142 over Hawthorn, 10-13-73, that final score there at MCG, thanks to Chemist Warehouse around the grounds. As Carlton go forward again. Ballard this time in better position than DeConey. No push out against Harry Mackay, is it? No, Fogarty will get a free kick. No, he's going to give the ball back to Harry.
Crucial,
So,
yeah, it was a push out
again,
against Sam Collins.
And again, dare I say, Brisbane fans just look away in disbelief after what happened to Geelong there on Friday night. But Geelong fans, it doesn't matter to them. Of course, the Tom Hawke having a big night there against the Lions, kicking that winning goal. As Harry now comes around, another left foot snap, swinging around, off target, too narrow. So, he's got 2 goals, 2 for Harry tonight. But those goals in the second term, one of them was a score review overturn, so he could have almost had 3. So the margin now back to 27 points.
Very important period of the game now.
Not over the woods yet, the Gold Coast Suns. Carlton trying to mount something, under pressure. Midfield without Patrick Cripps trying to lift. Kennedy's been a little bit quiet tonight as he runs there with Noah Anderson, and Anderson lays a tackle on Kennedy. Ball spins out to Setterfield, virtually threw it out to DeConing. Umpire said that was okay. 2-on-1 there, Mackay. Silvani comes in. Crucial against Hawks last week. Owies and Hody Hewitt here and straight into a tackle for Fiorini. In fact, it was Atkins. Now the ball spills out to Carlton, touching the line. Well, that's close from Lockie O'Brien. I reckon it's almost worth a review.
No, it's right on the spot. No, right on the spot. Ellis touched it through.
But then the umpire, those patted the post, so...
Yeah, no, he was in the best spot. He was in a better spot than the camera was.
So last 5 minutes been good for Carlton. 18.5 minutes gone in the Makita clock, third quarter. Keeping the ball inside 50. Applying a bit of forward pressure. They trail by 26 points now. Umpire's whistle goes, a hold against De Koning. Free kick taken by Jared Witts. So important to this Suns team. So Witts will take resultant free kick. Shorter centre wing, broadcast side. Lights taking now full effect here at Metricon Stadium. As the ball spills front and square was Martin. He goes on a run. Ran his full measure. Delivers the ball to its centre half forward, but no one home except Sam Collins. Put his body on the line as Curnow is out of position. He's having a break at the moment, is he?
Yeah, they've got an extra back. Charlie Ballard's unattended.
Unattended at the moment, and Collins with Mackay. And no Curnow down the forward line at the moment for Carlton. So, ball back in the midfield. Saar to get possession here. Short of the centre circle. A 1-2 there was Setterfield. Now Saar's out a run. He loves doing it. He loved doing it here when he was playing for Gold Coast Metricon. Risky handball to Silvani. Tackled by Palby. Broke the tackle. Over to Newman. Newman has a snapshot. Collins goes diving back. He's touched it in the goal square. So Newman denied the last minute. But Carlton are peppering the goals, but coming up with only behinds at the moment. They close this margin back to 25 points on the mate scoreboard.
Couple of important touches there right on the last line. One from Ellis and then from Collins.
So Carlton with 1 goal for so far in this third term. And, of course, the Suns get the first 3 goals of this third quarter in the first 7 minutes. But they've been held goalless the last 13 minutes. As Carlton going to attack through to Koning once again. Oh, standing tall was Collins over Mackay. And that was a la Marcus Adams from the Lions on Friday night. A couple of big intercepts from Sam Collins, proving his worth the last line defence, Neil Cordy.
Sam is a 75% winner on one-on-ones, and that was another one to add to the tally. Number 1 in the AFL for defenders.
Safety Steel shared stats there from expert comment Neil Cordy tonight. Ellis tried to feed through traffic, got the handball through eventually to Ballard and turned around, but kick off the ground there by Ainsworth. Out wide back to Ellis again, who followed up on the broadcast swing, is brought down to the ground. Davies, beautiful move by Davies, got the handball to Miller. He keep on going. He's got an open goal square. Goes looking there, long for Anderson and Rowell. Ball punched back there as overrun on that occasion. Roses, a few mistakes he's made tonight. Kicked 3 first half goals. And Carlton can defend. Waiting on the bounce there was Newman. De Koning couldn't trap the ball. Fiorini ridden to the ground without the ball. Umpire caught play on us right close interchange bench. Atkins there for the Suns. Oh, Setterfield handballed the ball backwards. He should have turned around. He opened space in front of him. He went backwards instead of forwards. It might pay off for the Gold Coast Suns here. Juggling the attempted mark there from Anderson. Couldn't quite pull it in. Carlton player hell with that ball. And it's certainly tense stuff there in that forward line. The Suns trying to capitalise here. Carlton under all sorts of pressure. Setterfield, another high up and under. Back towards the broadcast swing. Mackay's forced to punch from behind and sees the ball over the boundary. That gives me a break. Neil Cordy for Spitwater. Rugged reliability as the ball goes over the boundary line.
This game has gone up another notch. The Blues are coming and the Suns are trying to defend and try to get a goal on the break. It's a ripper.
As Kennedy held up in the tackle, and the umpire will throw the ball up from the boundary throw-in. So
Charlie Curnow's back on the ground too.
22 minutes gone, third quarter on the Makita clock, and it's a 25-point lead to the Gold Coast Suns on home turf here at Metricon. Of course, they lost to Melbourne in their first home game for the season. They're trying to rectify that tonight, and they got their noses in front. We know what Carlton can do. And a mark being claimed there by Ainsworth. Or was it on that? No, Corbett. And the ball was on the half volley from the ball up. And again, just a pack of players over the ball. Ball's inside 50 for Gold Coast. They're not out of the woods there yet, Carlton. Walsh under pressure. Got the ball back there to Boyd. The medical sub for Carlton. On from Patrick Cripps. Martin, he's ridden into the ground. And the whistle goes, it get too high. It was. There's a bit of Ellis free kick there by Location on that occasion. Because he had Martin under pressure.
Yeah, and they had the Blues under pressure. They were struggling to get it out of forward 50.
On the mate scoreboard, still a 25-point lead to the Gold Coast Suns. Still plenty of time left in this third quarter. We've travelled just over 23 minutes, almost into time on there on the Makita clock. Makita rules the outdoors. So it's Hewitt who has been good for them tonight. Gives the ball down the line. Run underneath us here. Broadcast swing. Weller caught one high. They shrugged that off. Put the ball over to Ellis by hands to Rowell. So dangerous. The vision was beautiful there from Rowell. And he spots up Davies ahead of 20 metres ahead of him. He takes the mark. Oh, poor kick by Davies. He's looking there for Rankin. Might come off, though, as Sard tried to intercept. But there's plenty of Navy blue jumpers around the ball, and Sard cleans up well and spots up Walsh at centre-half back. But again, the Blues elect to go sideways and backwards first. And the mark's been taken there in the back line. And is that Wiedering out there under the light? No, it's Young.
Yeah.
So Lewis Young delivers the ball. Eastern side now. Outnumbered was Mackay. Weller's involved again. And the ball goes out of bounds. But out throwing this time on the other side of the ground. And Carlton making heavy with it going forward.
Some very tired boys out there now. Temperature's still pretty warm. It's still 23 degrees here on the Gold Coast. So that's going to take its toll.
And will Carlton feel the effects? And warm without too much humidity. Great tap down again by the Suns again. This time Rao cleans it up. Goes forward. Wiedering went back. Put himself on the line. Trying to break through Wiedering once again. He cleaned up his own work. Good defensive work there by Wiedering. Again up to the wing. Oh, he's going to take the mark. Or player down for the Suns. Is that Roses? Or just keep an eye on it out there.
Yeah.
Oh, and copping one high there was Ainsworth. The umpire called that one play on as well. In the meantime, play continues. The ball's stuck on that outer wing Setterfield. Eluded Atkins. Ball out wide. Will Powell it is on one leg. It was down the hands of the trainers. He right off the ankle. Yep. And the umpire scored deliberate. But he was contesting there with Owies.
That's ridiculous. He's punched it out. He's allowed to spoil.
He's allowed to spoil. An umpire said,
that's
a strange one.
That's really odd. That was Will Powell.
Yep.
Who was down injured, as you called.
He got up, affected the spoil.
Yeah, exactly. Courageous place.
What's he supposed to do? Let Owies claim the ball, but it's fortuitous for Carlton. They drive towards their half-forward line. On the outer side, they're still trailed by 25 points, closing on three-quarter time. Powell will get the ball back here from Roses. And going forward is Rankin. Rankin's got some space in front of him. His ball bounces for him. Rankin will snap and get a goal for Gold Coast. The last thing Carlton wanted, but the Gold Coast Suns deliver through Isaac. He picks up his first for the afternoon. 11-10-76. And Carlton stuck on 6-9-45 on the Mate, Australia's most satisfied internet customer scoreboard. Approaching three-quarter time, margin back up to 31 points. I got some space in that turnover on that occasion, Neil Cordy.
Isaac Rankin with the critical goal, but the big assist came from Will Powell, who was, as you called, was down on the boundary line, clutching his ankle, and had a free kick paid against him, and then was one possession on the burst on the wing, and it was the penetration of the kick beating the Carlton defenders and falling into the run of Rankin, who didn't have to break stride, and gave the Suns now a really valuable 31-point lead.
It certainly was a Bendix breaks big moment there. Confident stopping Bendix breaks. Of course, Roses, who kicked 3 goals the first half, involved in that play, end up at the Rankin goal. This time Carlton go forward. Jack Martin under pressure from Powell, is still on the ground after suffering or just rolling his ankle temporarily. Held up in a tackle. And, of course, the Suns be thankful in the end that decision on the outer side for deliberate out of bounds from Powell didn't cost them in the end. In fact, it ended up with them getting a goal.
Never seen that. 31 out of bounds from a spoil.
31-point lead to the Gold Coast. Approaching three-quarter time. They're away again through Rankin. Streams through the middle of Metricon and has spotted up at the outside of his boot. He finds Josh Corbett.
Wow.
Rankin setting Metricon alight the last couple of minutes.
Beautiful poise for that kick on the run. Spotted Corbett, who doubled back on his lead and sent it up lace out. Big kick this.
So Josh Corbett can inflict further pain on Carlton here and open up a very handy lead heading into the final term. He's going to get close to the man of the mark here, Corbett. A set shot, but it's a deliberate kick, and it's straight. Oh no, it's close. No, it cleared the Carlton defence from De Koning, and Corbett, he brings up his first for the afternoon, and the biggest lead of the game now. 37 points the Gold Coast Suns, 12-10-82. Carlton stuck on 6-9-45 on the Mate's Internet and Mobile scoreboard. Approaching three-quarter time. So in this term, they've kicked 5 goals, 3, and Carlton 1-4.
Yeah, without Patrick Cripps, the Blues were mounting their charge, and the Suns have weathered that mini storm, and through Isaac Rankin and Josh Corbett and Will Powell, their movement going forward was just really slick and poised and good finishing.
Of course, this quarter started off with Mabiel Chol getting 2 goals in the first 4 minutes, and they're finishing just the way they started at the moment, the Gold Coast. What can Carlton do here? This, of course, without Patrick Cripps. So it was Chera to Walsh, bit to the forward line, Silvani at the back, but coming across to help out was Lemons, and a hold against Silvani. So nothing going right for Carlton at the end of this third term here at Metricon. Their cheer squad and a number of Navy Blue supporters in the crowd tonight are pretty quiet. They trailed by 37 points, 29 and a half minutes gone.
Still leading on the free kick count, the Blues 17-10.
Safety still shared stats there with our expert Neil Cordy for Shaw Unify. Unify your team. Former Footscray and Swan. And is that Will Powell now receiving treatment on the sidelines on the boundary update. So the ball back into play. There goes Atkins on occasion. Get the ball back here. Handball over the top to Anderson. Sold the dummy. Anderson runs inside 50, goes for home. Kick Australia. I'm not sure he's looking for the pass to the Koshis or going for goal. But going back to the flight of the ball there is that Jack Martin. Yes, it is. And against his old club, takes a desperately relieving mark there for the Blues. Now favours the broadcast side. High up and under. Behind the pack there on occasion was Swallow. Ball down to Corbett and turn to Anderson again. It's another chance. And tackled high after he got rid of the ball. But the ball will come back. And on the stroke of three-quarter time, Noah Anderson, who's been one of the stars, no doubt, this evening for the Gold Coast, will have a set shot there for Victorian Farmers Federation. Keep your head in the zone from right on the edge of 50 and a 45-degree angle.
And this will be his 29th disposal, which will be a game high, just nudging ahead of Touk Miller.
And again, another post-30-minute quarter. In fact, 31 minutes as it ticks over when the three-quarter time siren scores. And Anderson being told by umpire Lee Howson, don't run around. Got to kick this in a straight line. He's right behind him. So Noah Anderson looking for his second goal of the afternoon, evening, to set up a big lead, and what an anticlimax. The ball skews off the side of his boot, and it's a member of the crowd there at the right forward pocket's pretty happy about that. Throws the ball back to the boundary umpire, but the end result is still the biggest lead of the game. At three-quarter time here, the Gold Coast Suns 12-10-82 over Carlton 6-9-45. Major goal kickers Mabiel Chol with 3 for the Suns, along with Malcolm Roses, and for the Blues 2 goals to Harry Mackay and Charlie Curnow as well. I'll double check that. But anyway, the end result, a 37-point lead to the Gold Coast Suns heading to the final change here on AFL Nation.
That quarter on AFL Nation was for Mate Internet and Mobile, Australia's most satisfied NBN customers. Internet from $59.
There are people who prefer chicken McBites, others McNuggets, and some McPieces. But thanks to the spicy, sticky barbecue sauce within the Chicken Deluxe Share Pack, all three have common ground. Chicken and Maccas, together and loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Available after 10:30am for a limited time only.
Are you game ready? Your local Sports Power store is supporting local footy clubs and players with everything you're going to need for the footy season ahead. With a great range of boots, footwear, balls, training and protective gear from all the big brands like Adidas, Asics, Nike, Puma, New Balance, Sharon and Shock Doctor. So if you want to get game ready, get into your local Sports Power store and check them out. Find your nearest Sports Power store at sportspower.com.au.
We're your local experts, Sports Power. Safety Steel, time to get real.
Tim Watson here. Can you remember as a kid painting goals on the side of your dad's shed and shooting for goals day after day? Well, they built them tough back then, just like the sheds from Safety Steel. For prefab steel kit buildings and custom designed sheds that are tough and durable, search Safety Steel. For your dream shed, search Safety Steel.
Safety Steel, time to get real.
With so many colours, styles and designs available, it's difficult to choose the best flooring for your home and lifestyle. With the Choices Flooring What's Your Lifestyle sale, you can download our Lifestyle Collection catalogues. Whether your look is coastal, suburban, inner city or country, there's over 100 pages packed full of ideas and savings to find the right flooring style for your lifestyle. Choices Flooring, the floor you've been searching for.
Sometimes needing new tyres can catch us by surprise. That's why Tyre Power gives you the power of Zip Pay and Zip Money. It means you can get what you need now, get back on the road safely and pay for it later, taking advantage of the interest-free periods. So if you need new tyres or mechanical repairs, don't wait till it gets worse. Get them now with Zip Pay or Zip Money at Tyre Power. No fuss, no wait, no worries. Terms and conditions apply. So visit tyrepower.com.au or call 13 21 91 for your local owner-operator.
Hello, welcome to Athena Home Loans.
Hi, I'm looking to refinance and I have a few questions.
Go for it.
So, how much are your application fees?
We don't have any.
What about ongoing or monthly fees?
We don't have any.
Exit fees?
No exit fees either.
Oh. So how do you stop people from leaving?
Well, we want them to leave us because they've paid down their loan.
Wow, you're not like other lenders.
No, we're not a bunch of bankers.
Check out one of the lowest fee-free variable home loan rates in Australia at athena.com.au. Athena, love us and leave us. Standard credit criteria, terms, conditions and government charges apply.
Drinks fridge looking a little on the empty side? Hairy Dog is the better way to buy alcohol. Online in your own time. Browse Australia's largest range from those hard-to-find drops to all your favourites. From wines, spirits and must-try mixes to curated cocktails and mystery beer bundles. Hairy Dog has it all so you can have it all. Delivered the very next day for metro areas with free shipping and 10% off your first order. Order online at hairydog.com.au. Drink responsibly. Afterpay and Zip Pay available.
Need a win to start your morning? Award-winning Coles Urban Coffee Culture is at Coles Express. Try our delicious Arabica bean blend for a rich, smooth, quality coffee. All from just $1. Be your own barista. Express yourself at Coles Express.
Looking to roll some healthy, tasty goodness into your day? Eat good, feel good with Rolled Vietnamese. Lunch, dinner, or a fast feed after training, Rolled has the healthy meal you crave. Barbecue chicken and lemongrass beef rice paper rolls, hot pho noodle soups, crunchy banh mi baguettes. Freshly made in-store every day. From our family to yours. Download the Rolled app, order now. Rolled. Fast, fresh, Vietnamese.
You're listening to the 2022 Premiership season on AFL Nation for Beaumont Tiles. For all your tiling needs, in stock now.
As Ellis drives them forward. We've got plenty of numbers up forward. Toll gets the crumbs here. Can he swing around left foot? He does. It snaps a beauty. A la Malcolm Roses in the first term. And Marvio Toll does the same. And he brings up his second goal in a matter of minutes. Powell will get the ball back here from Roses. And going forward is Rankin. Rankin's got some space in front of him. His ball bounces for him. Rankin will snap and get a goal for Gold Coast. The last thing Carlton wanted, but the Gold Coast Suns deliver through Isaac.
AFL Nation highlights for McDonald's. Footy's back and I'm loving it. Never miss a single goal with McDelivery.
Yeah, one of the 5 goals kicked in that third quarter there for the Gold Coast Suns. And the opening bounce, the final turn for Tyre Power. Buy 3, get 1 free on selected Toyo tyres. And Carlton, they need goals in a hurry. They trial by 37 points at the moment here at Metricon Stadium. They start well. Walsh over to Zach Williams. Sends the ball deep forward. Looking there for... on that occasion, Mackay couldn't quite take the mark, though, is second in line. And the Suns can rebound. Miller, watch out. Walsh is on your hammer. Got rid of the ball there to his mate in Lukosius. Looking to the boundary line, will go close, and the mark's taken by Corbett.
Collins great then again, one-on-one with Mackay.
Still full of run the Gold Coast. The mark's been taken by Ainsworth, and Will Powell is okay. Certainly some tough work there from the third quarter. Ainsworth, good work, came unstuck then. He didn't have to do that. And they've coughed the ball up and turned over. And Lockie O'Brien has the mark there for Carlton. Had a shot at goal in the third quarter. Lockie O'Brien was touched right on the line. He spots up Sam Walsh on the broadcast swing. Carlton need to get things moving. Playing at all costs, you would have think the message from Michael Voss at three-quarter time. And that's good work there by Fisher. And Mackay had to sit on Collins on that occasion and took the strong mark. And Harry, we'll just see how quickly he takes his kick. He'll go back the set shot. No, he's going for the snap. Around the snap again, Neil Cordy.
Yep.
So he's got 2 goals, 2.
He's about 50-50 on the kicks around the corners. He's got 1 and missed 1.
So there he goes, Harry. That one's
wrong
completely
side.
off target, got the wrong side. The ball stay in play though, and the mark has been taken by
Curnow. So
in the forward
it's
pocket
DeConing.
there for the Blues. It is DeConing.
Yep.
So they're starting with all the tall timber there. Hasn't worked so far for the first 3 quarters. I think Silvani started in the ruck, didn't he?
He did.
So made some move from Michael Voss. Get the tall timbers out there. So important kick here for DeConing. 15 metres out, directly in front. Well, hardly an angle to speak of. That's a badly needed goal for the Blues to kick off the 4th quarter. Here on AFL Nation for Sports Power, your local footy experts. And on the instant windscreen scoreboard, broken windscreen, call instant windscreens 132 444. And the Blues 7-9-51, still tied by 31 points. The Suns are 12-10-82 in the first 2 minutes of the final term on the Makita clock.
Well, Jared Witts has convincingly won the ruck contest against Tom DeConing, but smart move by Michael Voss, moving DeConing up forward. So they haven't really got a third tall who can go with DeConing, and that's what we saw then. And they've got themselves a goal, and now Jack Silvani is taking the centre bounce against Witts.
So the Blues, I love back-to-back goals here. The Suns have been pretty good at that, especially in that third term. But Davies in and under, did some heavy work there in the centre. Copped a knock as he got the handball over to Fiorini on the outer side. A high up and under into the forward line though. Suns in the front position. Casbolt pushed out of the way. Chipping in there was Kennedy. He found Sard. And a blind kick will only find Fiorini once again, just outside defensive fit for the Gold Coast Suns, eastern side of the ground.
Forward pressure again, causing the turnover.
So Fiorini swings around to the left boot, sets it up in front of the goals. Oh, Corbett went up. Marby Chol, handball to Corbett. It took too long. Got rid of the ball though in time, despite the protestations there from the Carlton faithful. And Swallow, now he thumped the ball in a spoil. 15 metres over the boundary line. Same umpire who called Will Powell before. On that occasion, everything's A-OK.
Yeah.
I'm confused, Neil Cordy.
It's a flat-out mistake, the other one, the one that was called against Will Powell.
So the boundary throw-in takes place. Still inside, forward 50 for the Suns. Kicking towards the open end, the scoreboard end, northern end in this final term. And it's a wild kick there from the Carlton. And called deliberate out of bounds. Again, umpire Andrew Stevens involved on that occasion. So a free kick ends up there with Sam Collins, with Fogarty standing the mark. Casbolt came in behind Sard. Ball goes to a ground. Davies dives on top of the ball there with Walsh. And the umpire, this time Brett Rosebery, will throw the ball up.
Hard to work out how there is an advantage in intentionally taking the ball out.
Were there
for Carlton, who are 5 goals down, trying to actually,
Rankin
win
in
the
the meantime
game.
written into the ground. The Suns faithful wanted a free kick. Corbett, Toll, the top of the square. Toll dribbles through, hits the post. He can't believe it. From point blank range, Marbior should have had goal number 4 on the board. It's only a minor score. But still a handy 32-point lead.
He's been a handful, Marbio, not just in the air, but on the ground there. Could have, should have.
Zach Williams went short, found Lewis Young. Still inside defensive 50 is Fisher from the kick from Young. Now he spots up on the outer side O'Brien, and good running now there from the Blues to Doherty. Now they're open here. As Curnow on the outer side delivers the ball into full forward, and Mackay with the fly couldn't take it. DeConing's down again, smothered off the boot. Well done there by Witts. Ball spills the left forward pocket. Hewitt, Silvani, he hits the post at the other end. Can you believe it? We've had back-to-back posters at either end. First by Marbior, and now from Jack Silvani.
Great contest again there from Sam Collins against Harry.
But good build-up on that occasion for Carlton, so fans will be excited by that. They're not out of the woods yet.
Nope.
The Suns and Carlton not out of the game. If they can pile a couple of quick goals on together, put a bit of pressure on the Suns, who know might happen. They've almost caused a turnover. Weller picks the ball off the bounce, streams to the centre, Metricon, and then Corbett goes up for the mark and takes it. Too late for the spoil there was Lockie Plowman. So brilliant work again from Lockie Weller. He's done that a couple of times, streaming from first of all in the previous quarter on the eastern side of the ground. On that occasion, hands on hips. He's taking a few big deep ones after going through the centre there at Metricon and delivering the pass to Corbett.
Plenty of run there still in the legs of the Suns. And as you mentioned, Lockie Weller having one of his best games.
So important kick from Corbett. Kicked a goal in the third quarter from a set shot. here on a slight angle, inside 40 metres, and he has put it through. Oh, I'm getting a bit nervous. Do I say it now, Neil Cordy? Do I say it now?
Not yet. It's plenty of time. We're only 6 minutes into the last.
Okay.
Just hold fire.
They're getting nervous in the studio. I know. Back there at AFL Nation headquarters, the Suns back out to that 37-point lead, the three-quarter time margin, 13-11-89. Carlton 7-10-52. That's on the instant windscreen scoreboard. And Makita clock showing 7 minutes gone in the final term. Well, I think the Suns are in a pretty good position. Neil Cordy's still holding out faith there for the Carlton fans.
Well, there's still, we know the Blues can score fast, and we've still got a good 25 minutes left. And of course, we're wrapping things up here from Metricon Stadium straight after the game into your local programming, taking it to Sunday night. And of course, all the news after another big round of football. We head into the Easter weekend, of course, on your respective programs coming through tomorrow morning as Chera now takes the centre clearance. About to need one there for the Blues. The ball goes out wide to Jack Martin. He needs to lift out there too. He can't trap the ball though. And was that Will Powell on his... no, it was Swallow on that occasion on his hammer. And just seeing the umpires in a discussion here where the ball came off the boot of one of the players or a boundary. It is a boundary throw in. The other boundary umpire became involved in that discussion. So, in the meantime, repeating around the grounds for Chemist Warehouse, a big 69-point victory to the Saints. They're on fire after round 4, winning their last 3. A big win over Hawthorn this afternoon. Of course, Essendon early winners over Adelaide as Plowman shows some courage, running with the flight of the ball from that kick from David Swallow. Takes the mark inside defence at 50, but turns it over. Atkins got a free kick there for a hold. The medical sub board can't believe it. Atkins, or two subs playing on each other on that occasion. Atkins goes deep and Levi comes in. Right in front of the Carlton cheer squad at the northern end of the ground, the scoreboard end here at Metricon Stadium. And Levi can really put a nail in the coffin of his former club if he can nail this goal, Neil Cordy. Well, he gave us our unmissable moment in the second quarter when he kicked his first goal against his old team, the Blues. And, well, I'm going to declare this is the... this will be the
crucial
the nail in the coffin.
So the Blues staring down their first defeat of the season. The Suns looking for their second victory, and Levi, it's coming around. Too late.
No.
Not enough. Minor score. What's he got? 1 goal, about 2 or 3 this afternoon against his former club.
But being a presence up forward, giving them a contest, and with the quality of small forwards, that's all that Stewie Jew would be asking for.
Well, the pleasing thing for the Suns is the restricted Carlton have been a very high-scoring team, and they always scored a century themselves.
Yep.
As Carlton, a player is just stuck and just didn't know what to do, but you need to get things moving, Lockie. And as he does so to Lewis Young, and he goes out wide. And it might be, is it Fogarty or O'Brien? It's O'Brien out there. Standing start, left foot kick, Ballard covering. Kerno will claim the mark. Not paid, though, by the umpire. So still a chance for the Blues here. Doherty's involved. The ball spills to Weller. Look away. Handball there to Fallon's Rowell. Rowell on the left foot. Child at the back. Young in front. Young will get the ball. No, he won't. The ball slipped away. Saad tried to break a tackle. By hand gets rid of the ball. They're still inside defensive 50, though, the Blues. Walsh, though, has got the poise to recover. Got the ball over to Setterfield. A little chip kick finds the medical sub, Jordan Boyd, who's been pretty good, actually, for the Blues in the since replacing Patrick Cripps, who's off with a hamstring injury in the first quarter. He did it after kicking a goal in the third minute. And for the Gold Coast Suns, Jai Farah off with a similar injury. So at the 10.5-minute mark of the final quarter, it's the Suns by 38 points on the instant windscreen scoreboard, and the ball thrown back into play. Witts in the front position, always got down there to Witts, to Toot Miller. Roses came in. He wants to add to his 3 first-half goals. Bullet-like handball went 20 metres to Rowell and turned to Brandon Ellis. Ellis now down towards Casbolt once again. Now Miller will pick up the ball just inside the boundary line, kept it in, back to Roses. Chip kick didn't go 15. He found Rory Atkins. Atkins now to centre-half forward. Casbolt in the front position. Doherty's there for Carlton. Back to Boyd and turn to Young. And Young will find Nick Newman here on the broadcast half-back flank, but Carlton making heavy weather of it going forward.
Credit the Suns. They've pressured on the outlet. They've never been able to really get a fast break at all throughout this match. They've run and worked.
As Witts dropped that mark there and allowed Fisher in by hand to Chera. Chera now, left foot kick. Where's the big marking forward? Jack Martin goes up. Spoiled. Was he topping the arms? No. Good defensive work again there by Lemons on that occasion. Players dive on top of it. Mackay too high will get a free kick.
Martin was very unlucky. He was interfered with.
In fact, it might be Owies. I tell you what. Again, Sam Collins, the victim there. He's not too happy about it, but it's Owies will take the free kick. Well, he got one goal this afternoon. In fact, Carlton's only goal in the third quarter when the Suns piled on 5. We wouldn't want to take too much time here. He has a set shot. Matthew Owies 40 metres out, directly in front, looking for his second of the evening. And try and still give the Blues some hope. Kicking towards the grandstand end, the Gold Coast cheer squad. He's pulled it. And that's not what Carlton wanted. So it's only been one goal scored in this final term, courtesy of Gold Coast. Now travelled up to 12 and a half minutes.
De Koning got the first one in the opening minute.
Yeah, De Koning. Yep, sorry. As now the Suns have the ball through Lemons at centre-half back. Sends the ball out wide to the eastern side, and the mark taken there by Silvani. Silvani now goes short. Finds O'Brien. Drop we should have taken. Immediately put under pressure. There's a clanger. Could be costly there for Carlton. Miller was lurking, so was Rowell. Tick. Miller's got to go back. Big collision there with Plowman.
Wow.
Showed a heap of courage there, both those players. Ball close to the boundary line. Suns will be happy if it goes out here. They kept the ball in. It'll give Carlton hope. And the ball now will spill for Hewitt. Taps the ball in front of him, but Ellis is there. Put his head over the ball. Umpire again caught play on. Silvani threads through traffic. Carlton player down behind play. And the mark not taken. Collins stole it off the Carlton player there. And now the Suns are away through the centre of the ground. Here's Corbett. Corbett now delivers the ball inside 50 as they go up. Casbolt couldn't take the mark. And putting his head down there was Wiedering. Got away from Rankin though. Now Zach Williams can settle. But he's going to turn the ball over here and swallow as it came from nowhere. Take a mark at centre-half forward for the Suns.
Super courage going way back to Tuke Miller.
Lockie O'Brien coming off there for the
that's
Carlton
just a regular
collision.
interchange.
I don't know.
He's moving pretty freely. Yeah, I think he's okay.
So in the end, the short kick from Swallow found Brandon Ellis. And can the former Tigers combine here? Marvio Chol and Brandon Ellis getting on the scoreboard as well. As the runner comes out to speak to Lukosius. And which is interesting because I thought the runners only come out after the goal. But anyway, so Ellis comes in from 50. Now swings around, delivers a low bullet, but he's off target through for a minor score only. Back out to a 38-point margin on the instant windscreen scoreboard. Gold Coast 13-13-91, 7-11-53 Carlton. Just looking at a replay here. And, so O'Brien collected by Ellis, and he might have just wrenched the knee a bit. Looking there on the replay.
A couple of massive contests there for the Suns. The first one came from Tuke Miller out on the wing, and then another one from Sam Collins on Harry Mackay.
So Carlton, a slow progress. They switch from one side to the other, from the eastern side now to the broadcast side through Young. Plowman goes short, finds Setterfield. They need to get things moving, Carlton, but we're into the last 10 minutes of this contest on the Makita clock, and the Blues trail by 38 points, and a few navy blue jumpers and shirts are starting to leave Metricon Stadium. Jack Martin has the ball. Quick handball finds Walsh. Walsh sold the dummy to Weller from inside 50. His little drop punt is too narrow once again, and through for a minor score only.
The Suns have stagnated their ball movement brilliantly.
And good attendance tonight here at Metricon Stadium. A lot of them, of course, a holiday crowd up from Melbourne who suspect the Carlton supporters. 14,349 healthy attendance this evening here at Metricon Stadium. But the Carlton supporters looks like they're going to go away disappointed. Suns just want to settle things down or kick close to the line, very close to the line where Lockie Weller was standing, and takes the mark short of the interchange bench where Adam Sard is looking to come back on, replaces the Jordan Boyd on that occasion. The Suns now switch play. They go there through Swallow. They've got Atkins all by himself on the eastern wing. He can chip it over to Powell, who's made some room. The umpire's caught playing on the meantime. So Atkins just weighs up his options. He's got Witts busted out of the way there by Newman. Good defensive work there by Newman. We'll get the ball back there from Wiedering. Silvani scooped the ball up one-handed. Now goes out wide for Fogarty. A very tired-looking Carlton outfit now. And I'm sorry, I'm going to call it now. Is this the game for Host Plus? An A-plus effort there by the Gold Coast Suns this evening, Neil Cordy. You happy now?
I am now. I'll give you the okay.
He's conceded. Host Plus, of course, the plus point there. The industry super fun for all Australians. So the Suns looking good for their second victory to inflict, of course, the first defeat for the season over Carlton. And the ball came off the boot there of Newman. They had a bounce on the full on the eastern side. And the free kick will go to Noah Anderson, certainly been one of the stars for the Gold Coast Suns this evening. So he delivers the ball down the line at right forward pocket, but no one, in fact, he kicked the ball out of bounds to the full. But still a defensive side there for Carlton, so the Suns won't mind that.
Massive upset this year for the Suns. I mean, they've lost, the Blues have lost Cripps, but it's still a
to add insult to injury as well.
Yep.
So Kennedy now has the ball ahead of Lacosta again. He turns the ball over, although Rowe couldn't take it. Carlton player dived on top of it and is hatching it, and he's going to be pinged. And that is Sam Walsh, who's been pretty well held by the Suns this afternoon. Gets up slowly, allowed Ellis to Powell. Powell deep into the forward line. And at the back, the Carlton defence punches the ball through over the line for another minor score there for the Suns, who edged closer to the century, 13-14-92. Back out to that 38-point lead over the Blues, 7-12-54 on the instant windscreen scoreboard. Neil Cordy.
Well, the Blues had everything to play for tonight. They could have gone clear into second spot. They're undefeated. Oh, high shot there on Zach Williams.
So
no report, just a free kick.
Yeah,
for a high shot, but this is a huge win for the Suns. That was an iffy start to the year. They won their first game against the Eagles,
as they expected.
As they expected, with who were COVID ravaged. But now to get the Blues, who have had everything to play for, is just a huge scalp.
So the ball now to be thrown in right next to the behind post. So we're seeing Craig McRae now lose 2 matches in a row for Collingwood. Michael Voss now his first defeat, and Sam Mitchell, of course, his second defeat in a row as well. So the honeymoon period is over very quickly for these new coaches. Back to reality, no doubt about that. After losses with their respective clubs, the ball again, Carlton ineffective to go forward. And the ball will be thrown in once again on the outer side.
Yep, they haven't stopped defending the Suns and pressuring. It's just been a massive workload. And the Blues are continuing to fight it out. They're working, but they've got all the answers, the Suns.
As they go forward once again, here's Lacosta's try to beat the tackle. Good tackle on that occasion. That's a contender for the tackle of the day there. Toro count on it. Who was that by?
That was Newman.
Newman on that occasion.
Yep.
Had a good wrestle, of course, with Ben Ainsworth in the...
that might be the tackle award winner there.
But all to no avail.
Possession.
Yeah. So the ball now with Carlton. Sam Walsh towards the centre. He found Lewis Young, but again they turned the ball over. And the Suns is happy now for junk time into the last 5 minutes. Player down behind play. Is that Lukosius? It is. And that's not looking good. Keep an eye on that, Neil Cordy.
Well, he's not moving. He's sitting up. He's upright.
Sitting up, but his right leg is outstretched.
Yeah.
And the umpires keep an eye on this because he's not moving anywhere on the left half forward flank for Carlton. And that's where the ball's about to head in his direction. And the free kick. Going towards the Gold Coast Suns. Witts. He goes in that direction. He finds Ellis. Ellis will send the ball inside 50 away from Lukosius, who's still sitting on the ground. Corbett goes up.
Yeah.
Ball spills back to the pack to Williams. In turn finds O'Brien. And O'Brien will come out wide broadcast side. And the mark's been taken there by Fogarty. Fogarty now will go back to Zach Williams. Now the coach gets up. What's happening there, Courts?
Yeah, well, he's twisted his either his knee or his ankle in the tackle, and he was just slow in getting, obviously very slow in getting up, but he's hobbled away. The doctor and the physio have had a look at him and given him the thumbs up, so obviously just checked stability around knee and ankle there. It's one of those classic syndesmosis tackles where players get tackled and they fall, all the weight goes through.
Front boundary throw in. Davies is tackled. To Rowell, to Roses. Holman had Atkins on the outside. Sold the dummy around Fogarty, but his kick's gone out astray and out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, so he's not going off, so that's a good sign. No, he's actually slowly making his way towards the bench. No point hanging around with a potential injury.
So Josh Corbett, the only goal, his second of the match in this final term. And, Carlton, of course, got one, so it's 1 goal apiece. As we count down, only 3.5 minutes remaining. And the Suns looking good for their second win of the season. The ball goes in short and found Hewitt. George goes out wide, looking there for Martin. And now, a few boos in the crowd there. They do remember he played for Gold Coast. He swings around Jack Martin. Has an optimistic shot at goal from outside 50, and it's to the left-hand side through for a minor score only. So 7:13:55 on the instant windscreen scoreboard. Neil Cordy starts to prepare a few notes for our post-match. Might be a bit more time. It'll be the shortest quarter of the match so far. As Rose has missed that mark. Plowman came over the top, affected the spoil. Back down to Sard. Sard's got Setterfield there at centre half forward. Now he's got Fisher leading into space. Good pass from Setterfield and well received there by Fisher. And he'll go back for a late set shot to try and add some sort of respectability to the score there for the Blues.
They're not giving up on the pressure, though. We've seen in previous years where the Suns have been in front and they've conceded goals late and soft goals. They're playing this one out. Very, very encouraging signs for the Suns.
So Fisher comes in at the 24-minute mark, the final term on the Makita clock. Kicking towards the Gold Coast cheer squad at the grandstand, and good-looking left foot kick by Fisher. He gets his first for the afternoon. And another goal there for the Blues, but all too late at the 24-minute mark. They move on to 8:13:61, margin back to 31 points. The Gold Coast, who are 13-14-92 on the instant windscreen scoreboard. Broken windscreen, called instant windscreens 132-444.
Zach Fisher's first goal for the night, and it's been slim pickings for the small forwards down. Always has got just one goal. It's been a really strong defensive effort from the Suns tonight, and there just hasn't been. There's been the ball's been on the ground around the forward line in the Blues inside 50, but they haven't been able to capitalise. Credit the Suns' defence.
And of course, over the Easter weekend, the Suns have a big game against today's winners, St Kilda. That'll be at Marvel Stadium next Saturday afternoon. And the Blues, next Sunday afternoon, of course, take on Port Adelaide. So, the power goes 0-5 as the Suns deliver the ball in forward. Davies with the spoil from the kick from Lockie Weller, who's been very good this afternoon and this evening there for Gold Coast. Ball inside the Suns attacking 50. I love a late goal here. I'd love to try and crack the century if they can. The Carlton defence will have something to say about that. As Doherty got the ball over to Zach Williams, but it's a grubber kick. Went straight in the hands of Anderson, who tried to spot up Corbett. The kick slightly off target, ends up with Wiedering. And he'll deliver the ball out wide to a lone Nick Newman, broadcast half-back flank, and takes the mark. He goes in short and finds Fisher. We've got the last goal for the Blues. And he goes in short once again and finds Hewitt. Back to Fisher, did the 1-2 there by hand. And Fisher goes long, finds Jack Martin. And he takes the mark forward to the interchange bench. Doherty came running from the back line. And he goes in short and finds Harry, and he ran into Charles' elbow, looking for the 50, and now Owies is remonstrating with Charles, and Owies doesn't want to get the ball away. Child Marbio was quite happy about it.
Yeah, Marbio's
In the meantime, Harry will have a late shot for goal here.
Yeah, Harry just tried to milk a 50. He ran into him and flopped. Marbio didn't move.
Kicked 2 goals, 3 this afternoon, this evening, Harry. So he's going to swing around that snapshot again. And again, he's too narrow. I just like to see him. It's late in the game. It's not going to matter anyway. Go back and have a set shot for goal with a proper kick rather than a step around the body.
Well, it's not his thing.
I know they're practicing it.
It's not his thing. Yeah, exactly. That's from that position. He's about 50-50 and now probably 60-40.
I used to play full forward, Neil. He used to kick buckets of goals.
How long ago was that?
Yeah, it was a little while ago. Lovely C-grade amateurs there in Melbourne. The ball now back with Fioriti. He likes to go back. Bit of junk time there for the Gold Coast Suns. Ends up with Lockie Weller. But the Suns about to sing their song for the first time on home turf after the round 1 victory. A game lost to Melbourne. A disappointing game against the Giants last week. They've turned it around against Carlton tonight. And there it is. The final siren. And the Suns end up winning by 30 points, 13-14, 92. The Blues' first defeat of the season, 8-14, 62. The Gold Coast Suns win at Metricon. And the major goal kickers there for the Suns. 3 goals there to Malcolm Rose's first game for the year. Kicked 3 first-half goals. Marbio Chol set the Suns alight in the third quarter with 2 of his 3 goals in close proximity. And Josh Corbett ended up kicking 2 goals, one either side of three-quarter time to put the sealer there for the Gold Coast Suns in that final term. And for the Blues, 2 goals there to Harry Mackay, and the rest are all singles. After half-time, Neil Cordy, 3 goals, 9 to Carlton, and the Suns kicked 6 goals, 7.
Well, the Blues had it all to play for today. They could have gone clear second spot and maintained their undefeated record, the first time, as we mentioned in the preview, since 1995 that they would have started 4-0. But after that lightning start where Charlie Curnow and Pat Cripps, who was the other story of this match, going off with a hamstring strain just before half-time. But when Cripps and Curnow kicked goals within the first 3 minutes, it looked like how far the Blues. But then the Suns steadied, and they had a real find in Malcolm Roses, who kicked three first-half goals and really helped set them back on track and gave them an unexpected half-time lead.
Well, let's go through our post-match as we be closing out just on at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you'll be off to your regular programming, no doubt, to sum up a big weekend of sport on AFL Nation or NRL Nation, where you may be listening here through the Australia-wide and New Zealand network. We'll kick off with our match wrap, and first up, the MEGT Rookie of the Day, your local apprenticeship experts. I think you just mentioned his name.
I did, exactly. Malcolm Roses. It was an outstanding performance. When the game was there and it looked like it could slip away from the Suns, he kicked their first goal and then kicked 2 in the second, including one that might win another one of our awards later in the broadcast.
Okay, that's so Malcolm Roses there for MEGT, supporting employers and apprentices for over 40 years. In fact, you take away Carlton's 2 goals, first 2 goals again in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah.
They've only kicked 6 goals to 13 after that time. The crucial moment for New Farm, Australian through and through. There'll be a couple of moments, and perhaps the injury to Patrick Cripps could have been the crucial moment there for Carlton.
Well, it off the field it was, but I think that takes a lot of the deserved credit away for the Suns, just to say they've lost Patrick Cripps, and that was where the game in previous days it might have been because you didn't have a medical sub, but he was able to replace. But I thought when Carlton was still coming in the third quarter, they were still pushing, but there was a player. There was a big play where Will Powell out on the outer wing made a contest after being down in the hands of the trainers and getting up and hobbling over, making a contest, giving away a free kick, which was one of the silliest I've seen. When you're in a contest, he's spoiling in a contest, and the ball goes out of bounds. Got deliberate, but that passage of play that Will Powell was involved in ended up in an Isaac Rankin goal, streaming into goal, and took the lead out to 31 points late in the quarter. So that was that play.
And also in that third quarter, the Suns received consecutive 50-metre penalties as well, which helped their cause there.
They did.
Marby O'Child, one of the recipients of that. The player power rankings there for Red Energy, owned by Snowy Hydro, a renewable energy leader. But Zach Williams, he tried hard all day. He was the leader there on 137. Clear of Lockie Weller, had a great last half in particular. Then George Hewitt, Noah Anderson, all over the 100 mark. And Sam Doherty near it. He tried hard for the Blues. And then again, Jared Witt, so influential in the ruck, taking full advantage of no Mark Pitnet there for the Blues. The player power rankings there for Red Energy. The tackler of the game for Toro. Count on Toro to get the job done.
Yeah, there was a couple of really good tackles, and I thought actually that man that we've mentioned already, Malcolm Roses, put a couple of really heavy tackles on in the early part of the game. But the one I actually, funnily enough, liked was the one that Ben Ainsworth did when he got fired up. He should have actually been given a free kick because he picked up Nick Newman and banged him on his back without possession of the ball.
All right, that's the Ben Ainsworth there. The Amy Clanger there for good. Who covers clangers? Amy does. Well, the Suns had a couple of clangers, but in the end it didn't cost them.
It did, yeah. Brandon Ellis kicked one, which ended up in an Owies goal there in the third quarter. And there was also a big one right in the heat of the battle with Sean Lemons when he passed across goal and ended up in George Hewitt's hands, an e-goal.
In the end, didn't matter. And who covers clangers on and off the field? Amy does, of course. The injury report for Victor Sports. Sign up your club, victorsports.com.au. We mentioned Jai Farah, of course, off in the first half, the hamstring injury. But the big one is Patrick Cripps there for the Blues. He's got to be looking at least 2 to 3 weeks, depending on the extent of that injury. Dare we say scans will be done, and then the club will release a report. But, not good, as well as losing. You're losing your captain as well for a period of time.
Huge blow. And Brownlow favourite as well this week.
That's the injury report there for Victor Sports. Sign your club up, victorsports.com.au. Player of the day for Mildura Regional Development. Looking for an exciting weekend trip away? Visit mildura.com.au.
Yeah, I thought Will Powell, I know I've mentioned him already, but it was in a passage of other players.
Again, it's all right.
Yeah, okay.
We haven't got much time left.
All right, exactly, we can double up. But that passage of play where he was down injured and then influenced the outcome of what was, I thought, the sealer in the third quarter.
Toughest player for Hard Yakka, legendary gear.
He could almost win that one again, but it was. I really liked a number of players, but Noah Anderson, I thought, kept going all day. He is a gun player. And a very high draft pick. His contribution and the quality of his possessions is something special.
A Hard Yakka there for New Breed of Legends. Of course, going to that injury report, we'll see how Jack Lukosius is as well, by the way. The goal of the game for Host Plus, an injury super fund for all Australians. Just one word.
Yeah, Marby O'Child.
Left forward pocket, third quarter. Most improved player for Valvoline, which all keeps your business moving, Valvoline.
Yeah, I like Rosas as well for that because he was a surprise packet to me.
Valvoline, the original engine oil there. Rose is the most improved player. Of course, his first game for the season, just 5th overall. The missable moment for Drinkwise. Choose to Drinkwise. You won't miss a moment if you Drinkwise. Was it the match-up on rail in the end over Walsh, or would you still like Levi Cosbog getting a goal in his old club? He had a couple of shots at goal.
Yeah, he did, and he was a presence, and he made sure that they retained the ball inside their forward 50, which was important.
Quickly, your votes, 3, 2 and 1. Starting with your one vote first.
Yep. Okay, I gave one vote to Sam Collins, who was outstanding in both his work, mostly on Harry Mackay and Charlie Curnow. I gave 2 votes to Tuke Miller, who was... He could have been mentioned in one of the most courageous acts as well when he went back with the flight of the ball, but just his ball use and his speed. And I give 3 votes to Noah Anderson with a special mention, honourable mention to Lockie Weller.
Okay, that's for the AFL Nations Player of the Year for Whirlpool, your leader in kitchen and laundry appliances, Noah Anderson, the 3 votes there. The ladder update there for Signet. Power your life with the Signet Power Bank. And Melbourne now the only undefeated team on top of the ladder. 1 game clear there on 16 points. Percentage separating then Brisbane, Fremantle, St Kilda with the percentage boosting win today. And they make up the top 4, and just on percentage outside of the top 4, also on 12 points, we have Geelong, Sydney, and then Carlton. So Carlton, instead of perhaps going to outright second, have slipped to 7th there on percentage and making up the top 8 despite losses the last 2 weeks. Collingwood just outside the top 8 on percentage. The Gold Coast Suns, followed by the Tigers, Hawthorn. They're on 8 points. Then, of course, on the 1 win, Adelaide, GWS, Western Bulldogs, West Coast, Essendon and North Melbourne. Port Adelaide winless so far, take on Carlton next weekend. And that was the AFL Nation wrap. All thanks to Homeglen. Study with the Saints at Homeglen. Really enjoyed it, Neil Cordy. Hope we do it again. We might be doing the Q case a couple of weeks' time. It's the Gold Coast Suns, their first win at home at Metricon Stadium for AFL Nation.